in, I got out. Giving all glory to God, hold up. This ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, and welcome to another episode of Trappin' Tuesday, man. Okay. Listen, man, first and foremost, man, we just want to say thank y'all for tuning in, man, each and every Tuesday, man. Like, it's so important that we let you know how much you mean to us. It's so important that we let you know that there is no you all without us. There is no Wall Street Trapper without the family, right? There is no Trappin' Tuesdays without you all tapping in each and every week. So we want to tell y'all, thank y'all for the just endless support. Thank y'all for just watching us at work, watching us at home, listening to us while you're driving in the car, listening to us while you're cooking. Even to the homies and the homettes that's locked up. We want to shout out to y'all too, because, hey, y'all really been hitting us up, man. So, you know, I just gotta say that. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta say that. And I know that come from myself, that come from the family, that come from the team. We definitely just gotta say what's popping, you heard me? All right, so I got something a little that's on my heart today, right? And I think this one gonna come from a different place, and I need y'all to allow me to get this out, right? I need y'all to allow me to get this out, because let me lay a foundation right quick to you. Right? You know that for me, you know, stocks and scriptures go hand in hand, right? Because I feel like in my heart of hearts that God ain't ever told us be broke. And I think that somewhere along the journey, we often try to separate God and money. And God is supreme, and he gave us money as a resource. So we should separate them, but we also should acknowledge the resource that he gave us, long as we never try to put the resource above him. All right, let me say that like that. Let me say that like that, right? Because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. Like, we are never supposed to worship two gods, because there's only, let me say that, you can't worship two masters. There's only one God, right? And so God gave us these resources. And I think we never get an opportunity to truly use the resources. Watch this. I think that we understand what the resources are, but we never get an opportunity to, like, be fruitful and multiply with the resources. There we go. Gotta make sure I thread this thing the right way, right? I gotta make sure I thread it the right way, right? We know that we got the resources available to us, but we never get into the fruitful and multiply phase. There we go. We never get into the have dominion phase. We never get into that phase, right? We never get into the have dominion. We always in the is right there. So what I want to say is, what if there's a situation where your setback is really God setting your sight? Okay, I want to lay that so we can get here, right? What if your setback was really for God to set your sight? And I know some people like, man, Trap, bro, I don't really be wanting to hear that like that, bro. Like, I be wanting you to get to the stocks. But I think that's one of the biggest issues, is because we not understanding how to use the resources properly. Because watch this, you trying to use a hammer like a screwdriver, right? You think you can use the hammer for everything instead of saying, let me use it as a hammer so that I can build and then equip myself with the other resources available to me. Okay, so we doing right now what's called, we setting a foundation. We setting a foundation right here, right? So here's what I want to say. Here's the next thing I want to pivot to, right? What if God is truly setting you back so he can set your sight? Okay, Trap, tell me, take me there. So I think about Paul on his trip to Damascus. Now, here's what we understand about Paul. He actually was a brilliant man. He was actually a respected man. But he wasn't walking in his calling. He was walking in his character. Right? Like, what if a lot of times most of us are walking in our character and not really in our calling, not realizing that it's our calling that actually opens everything up for us to be fruitful and multiply, right? Because we still walking in character. Let me back up a little bit so I can show you that. Adam had a calling, but he never walked in his purpose because he just stayed in being Adam. And because he stayed in being Adam, he never got access to everything that was available to him. He settled for a piece of fruit. And so he had to spend the rest of his life working and earning things from the sweat of his brow. Okay, come on. All right, walk with me right here. I just gotta make me understand it, right? We understand that the minute Adam got breath, blew into him, he got a calling on his life. How do we know he had a calling on his life? Because we know that God never set him down and say, this is an apple, this is a tree, this is a bear. But we do know is immediately Adam got up and started naming stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Supernatural intelligence right there. He did something so amazing when he named Eve twice. He said, first I'm gonna call you woman, and then I'm gonna call you Eve. So the first thing he did was call her what she was, and then he called her what she was meant to be, which was the mother of civilization. So we know that Adam had a supernatural intelligence that was given to him, but he could never do the other things that he was called for because he got stuck in his character. He got stuck in his character. All right? He got stuck in his character. So what I want us to understand is, like, what if God says, hey, I gotta blindside you so I can give you sight so you can step into your calling because you've been walking in your character for too long. You've been walking in your character for too long. And I'm tired of you walking into your character because you walking into your character, you can't let the other people free that's attached to your purpose. So that's why I'm telling you, you gotta have stocks and scriptures. You gotta have stocks and scriptures. All right, so because for me, like, I had to, again, use myself for a second. I had to get outside of just trap, and I had to step into what the calling was, and the calling was trap. Yep, I let you use this platform to talk to people about money because I know they can relate to your voice. I know they can relate to where you come from. So I don't need you to wear this, I don't need you to wear that. I need you to do it right here. But here's the thing, Trap, you got to get outside of just Wall Street Trap. I need you to step into the calling, not the character, because the character gonna limit what you can do. But if you step into the calling, you can bring a whole bunch of people together and y'all could get some money. But now you gotta teach them rules about money, which means the first fruit gotta come to me. So I gotta teach you all of that. So you gotta get outside of trap, because all trap knows is money and survival. The calling lets you know that money is abundant, but first you gotta obey the principles of money and wealth. So I need you to understand about stocks and scriptures. I need you to step outside the character and get into the calling. I need you to do that. I need you to do that. Now, the thing about me is I'm not an isolated event. I'm just somebody that you can look at and say, oh, that's me too, because I need you to understand that you got a calling on your life. That's why everything keep bothering you. Everything keep making you mad. You can't sleep at night because the things that's on your brain, you know you can accomplish it. The problem is you battling with your character and your calling. So I'm telling you, stocks and scriptures. That's why I'm telling you, stocks and scriptures. And I'm not just saying this to be funny. I'm not just saying this to, make something rhyme. I'm just telling you, I understand what it's like to battle with your character and your calling. The character is the thing that you built up through life and through experience and through heartbreak and through betrayal and through being lonely and through abandonment and through heartbreaks and through being broken, through learning how to survive and feel like you're the only one that got yourself. That's what your character is made up. And the thing about that is your calling is buried deep inside of that. And the calling is the thing that keep you up at night. The calling is the thing that make you forgive somebody that you don't really want to forgive. And you ask yourself, damn, how did I forgive that person? Your calling is the thing that make you say, why, God? It's make you cry at night. Your calling is the thing that you don't understand why you keep going back to this. The calling is the thing that you keep having dreams about. And you getting up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You like, bro, why can't I go to sleep? That's the calling, but it's buried under the character. And what the character has done is it has buried it so far because now you become calloused around life. And God is saying stocks and scriptures. He's saying stocks and scriptures. Because what's going to happen along the journey is you're going to get the money and then you're going to get lost in the thing that money does. You're going to get lost in the thing that money does. And then that's your character. Your character going to start misusing the resource that came to us. So then what happens is if we step into our calling, then we use stocks and scriptures. Now we got money principles that align with our calling that makes us steward the money right. Stocks and scriptures. So again, I'm thinking about Paul for a second because Paul is my guy as I read through Ephesians the way I read through it. And I know you like Trap. Get to the stocks, bro. I won't get to the charts, but I got to let you just understand this foundation because it wouldn't really be me if I ain't really tell you how I'm feeling, what I got going on. And if you really don't like this part of the show, I ain't mad at you. I probably got another 10 minutes, so come back a little later. But watch this. I won't say this for a second. I'm looking at Paul and I'm like, dang, Paul was that guy. He was fearsome. He was respected. He was ruthless. But here's the thing about that. He was walking to his character, so God had to make him go blind. He had to lose his sight. Watch this. He was looking for revenge. God was looking for a return. He was looking for revenge. He was on a hunt. I gotta go get him. They gotta wait. This is what I'm. God said, no. Now it's my turn to get the return. So as a trader, I want you to understand something. The revenge gonna hurt you if you don't step back. Stop trying to retaliate. Understand what you see, but then you'll get the return. A lot of times we get caught up in looking at candles this and candles that. Trap, what we gonna do here? You go to this, Drew, how we gonna do that? But we ain't understand there's a calling that's associated with the return. The return gets magnified when you step into the calling because the calling allows you to slow down. The revenge makes you speed up. And a lot of times when we operate in revenge, what happens is we miss the most essential things. What happened when Paul was on his way to Damascus, he was looking for a revenge. The setback is setting us up for success. So sometimes we got to close our eyes just so we can set our sight. That means sometimes we got to lose our vision because we seen the world through a bad prism. We seen the world through our character instead of changing our vision so we can see the world through our what? calling. So Paul saw the world through his character, so we had to blind him. We got to put some veils on his eyes. You seen the world through your character. I need to sit you down so I can blind you, so I can take your sight away, so now you can see the world through your calling. And once you see the world through your calling, now you can justify, you can regulate the world, and I need you to regulate it. Okay, let me make this plain and simple for you. You seeing the world through your character, so you feel like my mama left me. You feel like my daddy was this. You feel like this is my sister and my brother in the band. You feel like, no. So I got to sit you down for a second. I got to sit you down so I can put these fish scales over your eyes. And then once I take them off your eye, now you can see the world through your calling, and now you can have forgiveness, and you can change your whole family bloodline. See, now when you operating out your character, you just thinking about you. When you think about your calling, you think about the bloodline. It's two different things. You can only think about your bloodline through your calling. You can't think about your bloodline through your character, because your character only think about you. You become selfish when you walk in your character, because you think about all the hurt. You try to protect yourself, and you only want to rock with certain kind of people. When your calling says, nah, I need you to rock with everybody. I need you to have forgiveness. So your calling helps you get the return. Your character make you seek revenge. It's two different things right here. So we got to operate different. So now we got to walk through stocks and scriptures. Okay. I'm gonna get to the stocks. I got the show. I need a couple more minutes so I can get this, so I can drive this home to you. I want to ask you a question. How is it that the man that once chased the Christians down, who never walked with Christ, becomes the man who give us more about Christ than the people who walk with him? Here's what happens. And I'm not saying this for sure, and I'm just speaking from my own, from reading. Here's what happens. Sometimes we get so content with walking with greatness, we forget the privilege that it is. And it takes somebody that can be on the outside saying, hey, bro, if only I had that opportunity. And so what happens is we see a Paul that gets to experience Christ in the spirit, and so he becomes more intimate with Christ than the people who walk with him in the flesh. Why am I saying that to you? Why am I making you understand it? Because watch this. There's some things that's happening in your spirit that you really got to do, and you got to separate from people that's walking with you in the flesh. The people that's walking with you in the flesh, they don't really get it. They don't really understand your greatness. And so now you not even understanding your own greatness. So what you got to do is step back, and you got to start walking in the spirit. And you walk in the spirit, you can get the scriptures and the stocks. You get the stocks and the scriptures. Now your calling get to give birth, and then you get to erupt into your greatness. And now you can affect everybody around you. But what happens is that's going to allow you to do what? Metamorphosize from out your character so you can walk into your calling. I keep saying it because I need you to understand something. When you are called for something, that means you have obligatory duty to perform something that's bigger than you. Calling. When you are called to walk a certain way, that means you have this anointing on you that is bigger than you understand. And as long as you're in your character, the oil can never flow on you. But the minute you walk into your calling, you get the abundance. I need you to understand that. Now, here's the dope part about Paul that we also got to understand. Sometimes your calling puts you in a prison. But then we heard in Timothy that we got to consider that pure joy as well. You know why? Because your character going to put you in a prison that you enjoy. Your character puts you in a prison that you're walking around. Let me talk about it. Most people walking around with no money in their pocket. Most people walking around with a poverty mindset, but they acting like they enjoy because they think nothing is. But what happens on the other side is when you walk into your calling, you get in certain situations that you got to enjoy because you find that peace within, because your calling lets you know you walking in purpose. Your calling lets you know you walking in something bigger than you. I'm going to let you know how that feels good to you. You ever gave some money to somebody that's less fortunate than you? How good it made you feel. That's calling. That's calling. You ever did a good deed outside of yourself? You say, damn, that made me feel good. That's calling. That's your true nature. And just for that moment, when you gave outside of yourself, you broke away from your character and you walked into something deeper than you. That's the power of your calling. So I'm just telling you, stocks and scripture completely allows you to walk into your calling. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, episode 164. Let's go. Stop doing me that, Jose.
Hey,
Stop.
Hey, you got me that time. Oh, man. Hey, man.
Let's go.
Look, I don't need no camera right Yeah, Lee.
How we feeling?
Hey, bruh.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Ah.
Let's go. Let's go. How we feeling, family? How the family feeling?
Bruh, you...
How we feeling? What's up, baby?
Just share this joint out with everybody. I need somebody. Somebody got to run that thing back. Golly.
How we feeling? How we feeling?
Man, how you feeling?
Man, I had to think on that one. It's on my spirit. I feel good, man. I think I had a good call with my therapist today, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just powerful. She making me do something today. This week, I have to write a letter. I have to write a letter to the 10-year-old version of me and ask him. I have to write a letter to the 10-year-old version of me and ask him, what does he feel he was neglected on, and how is it affecting the 43-year-old version of me?
Heavy. And let me ask you this, you gonna write it?
Yeah.
You gonna handwrite it?
I have to. I have to. So that's my homework this week.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna sit down this weekend and just, write that letter.
Let's go.
Yep. I need you to write a letter to the 10-year-old version of you and tell the 10-year-old version of you has to tell the 43-year-old version of you what he missed and how it affected him now. I'm like, what? She's like, yep, that's the homework for the week. So
That's stretching. Ooh, it's stretching season. Let's go.
Very, very, that's gonna be emotional for me. Because, and here's why, because I told her when I first signed up that I'm committed. So one of the things she tell me all the time is, I love how self-aware you are. She was like, she said, I very rarely do I run into people that's self-aware. She's like, you do so much self-assessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we talked about something that I tell my daughter all the time. And I said, one of my things I don't like is I don't like people that don't take accountability, right? And I said, one of the things when my daughter was out here with me, when we was living together, even when I was down, back and forth, I said, one of the things I used to tell my daughter, we had these principles. I say, one of the principles is, and I used to tell her every morning going to school, we operate in integrity. And I would tell my daughter, and I would say, what is integrity? And she says, integrity is doing the right thing with nobody looking. And I said, the next way we operate is honesty. Honesty is telling the truth, even if it means you gotta suffer. That's honesty. Telling the truth, even if I gotta suffer. And she was like, wow. Why? She's like, where did you learn that from? And I said, man, I don't know. I said, I can't pinpoint. I said, but that's just the way I am. That's why I'm one of them people where I'll tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd rather tell the truth and we gotta just deal with that how we deal with that. We box it out, whatever. Whether I lie to you, because I don't want to lie to you, make you feel good.
Right.
I don't want to lie to you not to hurt you. I'd rather tell you the truth, be like, yo, at least bro told me the truth.
Right.
I said that was one of the things I had with me when I was a kid. Like, my grandmother never had a problem with me not confessing the stuff that I done.
Right.
And I said, I'm gonna be honest with you too. I said, I remember one time being in a courtroom, and this blew my mind, bro. I was in the courtroom, and a dude was on trial. He was about to go to trial, and before he went to trial for murder, he stood up and he told a victim's family, I was in the wrong state of mind. Just said some other stuff that was going on in his life at the time. He said, now that he's sitting down, he's gotten better. He said he know that what he did can't bring back that person.
Right.
He said, but man, from the bottom of my heart, He said, I'm not even asking the judge for leniency. I deserve everything I'm about to get. But I'm asking y'all for forgiveness. Because I'm sitting right there. And bro, no lie, the lady stood up and said, I was gonna ask the judge to crucify you. But I see the accountability. And I see the sincerity in you. And for that, I forgive you. And my therapist looked at me, she was like, wow. And I said, if you go through your life and you think about this one thing, I think some of my therapy sessions be therapy for my therapist too. I think so.
Yeah.
But I told her this, I said, if you go through your life and you think about the times where you were either honest with somebody or somebody was accountable and honest with you, think about how your emotion changed in that moment.
Yeah.
And she thought about it, she said, you're right. You're right. Because we for whatever reason, no matter how hard it is, we really be appreciating somebody. That's why people want closure all the time.
Yep.
That's why people I just want you to be accountable for what you did.
Yep. It ain't gonna change nothing.
It ain't gonna change nothing, but they just want you to be accountable. And so many people run from that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, bro, that's just like, I don't know how we get there. But anyway, it's gonna be a hard conversation because I gotta sit there and talk to myself. I gotta remember what I was feeling when I was 10.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell the 43-year-old version of me, hey, bro, this is what we missed out on. So, anyway.
That's major. Well, shout out to the Trappin.
Let's shout out our people right quick, man. Can we push it up a little bit?
Yeah, got you.
Can we push it up a little bit? It's a little far. I got a glare on it. Can we push that up? Yeah, can we push that up a little bit? All right, so where my people at? Oh, it's off.
Look, we moved it.
There we go. Carolina Blue, Nettie, Dancing Diamonds, KJ, what's up? Amber, Dancing say, hey, bro, not trap dropping therapist. Frank Trays, what's up? Double R, what's good? Davion, I see you. Mr. Iron Temple, I see you. Stock Stackers, what's good? B Ward, was good. Life of RJ was good. Shazam X, I see you, brother. KT Tactical, I see you, brother. B Dot, I see you. D Creative, I see you. Sir James, I see you. Shelly Booker, what's good, Queen? Amber C, I see you. Frank Trays, I think I called you, but what's up again? Steve O, I see you. Doug Perry, I see you. Leah Edwards, I see you. T Mac, I see you. Hector, I see you. Big Dot, I see you. TRF, I see you. Roxanne, I see you. DC the Bone Collector, I see you. Nettie, I see you again. Vaughn, I see you. Michael Thigpen, I see you. Goodfellas, I see you. Nate the Great, I see you. T Money, I see you. Antonio, I see you. The Real Breezy, I see you. I see y'all, family. I'm trying to snatch y'all. Larry Morgan, what's good, OG? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Yep. Derek Abram, I see you. I see y'all, man. I see y'all, man.
Shout out to 3,000 in the chat.
What?
Salute to y'all. Salute to each one.
3,000 in the chat, bro. Uncle T, I see you. I slid on you on that silver today, brother. George, I see you. I see y'all, man. Shop Fellas, I see you, man. Jeremiah, I see you, man. Kerry Rainwater, I see you, man. Man, shout out to everybody. Ham, I see you. The Fly Guy, I see you. Dollar Bill, I see you. Bro, I be trying to get all. But Lena, what's good, love, with your feisty self? She be shooting shots. And let me tell you something about the Patreon last night. Bro, let me tell you something. These mother lovers don't go to sleep, bro.
They don't.
Bro, listen to me.
I mean, we worldwide, but yeah.
No, listen to me. Listen to me. I got up last night, bro. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. And, you know, if I wake up in the middle of the night, the first thing I'm going to do is check my phone. I don't know why. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna check the futures. I don't know why. Rolled over, I checked the futures, and I saw it was red. I said, let me check the ass. I went in there. I see AB up in there putting a thundercloud, saying like something is brewing. And then I see like 2 more people like, oh man. I said, go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. You can't do nothing. You're stressing yourself out. Go to sleep. Go to sleep now. So one of the trappers asked me, hey, Trap, what you suggest about that? I said, I suggest sleep. That's what I suggest, sleep. I suggest sleep.
Shout out to all the Patreon trappers.
It was like, hey, Trap, what you suggest about? So I say, I suggest sleep. Sleep is what I suggest. It's 1:30 in the morning. Go to sleep, bruh. Sleep is what I suggest at 1:30 in the morning. You can't do nothing about them futures at 1:30 in the morning, bruh. Go to sleep, bruh. Bro, and I went to sleep laughing.
Or rest in their word.
Bruh. I went to sleep laughing. Because I was like, I went to sleep, I said, yo, they one day locked in. I ain't mad at them being locked in, you hear me? But I said, sit down and go to sleep, man. Anyway, shout out to my Patreon people, man. We've been getting to a bag, man.
Man, let's go. Let's go. What we talking about today?
All right, man, so we gonna talk about Trump. End of the show.
That's it.
There's no need to talk about nothing else.
That's what we talking about. Sean said he gonna unfollow all the traders and just follow Trump. See what he talking about.
None of your technical analysis matter. None of what we talk about matters. Just unfollow everybody but Donald Trump, CNBC, and get on Truth Social. That's it. That's the cheat code for the next 4 years. It's a cheat code for the next 4 years. I figured it out. That's it. That's it, bro. But we're going to talk about Trump. We got some interesting stats about Apple, man, that we really going to like. We got some interesting stats about Apple that we really going to like. And then I think I got a couple of things I want to talk about when it comes to traders that I want them to see. We got one stock that really just been going crazy. That USAR really been going crazy for people. So we want to talk about that. I know somebody, I just got a feeling somebody gonna ask me about it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about today. Also, we gotta talk about the future of jobs in America. I think we need to talk about that, man. So
I like it.
Before we get
to as far as the mantra, I got a Jose question. Just don't flush me.
I got you.
All right. So we want to say rest in peace to D'Angelo.
D'Angelo.
So my question is, who mumbles more?
Who mumbles?
Yeah, between D'Angelo, Tony Braxton, or Young Thug.
Man, I have no idea, bro.
You ever listened to a Tony Jones? Like, what did she say?
I'm not gonna flush you, but I'm not gonna flush you.
Bruh. And then I listened to Young Thug, I was like, boy, what that boy say?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Thug be with the
Apple lyrics can't keep up.
Yeah.
Shout out to D'Angelo.
Yeah. Thug definitely be Thug definitely was a mumbler. But I don't know. I will say, man, shout out to prayers go up to their kid though.
Yeah.
I never thought about that, bro. He lost a mama and a daddy.
Yep.
And same, yeah, that's crucial.
Yeah.
And before we get to that, man, I gotta shout out my cousin George, man. My cuz had his first $11,000. It was 11,000, cuz? My cuz had his first 5
Let's go.
Money, man. So I gotta shout my cuz out. He has come a long way in the game. You know, and it's nothing better than seeing cuz turn up. You know what I'm saying? He gave a little bit of it back today. The last 7 minutes of the market. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? Over some soybeans, bro. God dang, bro. Soybeans, bro. We don't even like soy like that, bro.
I just knew he was up because he was skipping around the building. So
Yeah, you know he was up. That sucker posted a picture this morning of a bathrobe. He got the bathrobe with the Wallstreet trapper. I say, man, take his phone.
I missed that. And how he get that?
You gotta take his phone. We gotta take his phone like we take Trump's phone. Like, take his phone. Take his phone.
He probably had the soft, sultry R&B
Man,
music.
you know he got the look. He up there like the look.
Comb out the beard.
Look, you know, combed out the beard. It's all fluffy.
Hashtag
luxurious. He got the hoodie on. I say, man, get this Negro phone, man. Get this Negro phone,
joint.
man. Get his phone from him, man.
Let's go.
Anyway, let's go, man. Let's get the mantra going. And Jose, right after the mantra, I want to put them pictures up right quick. I want to do that in the beginning of the show. All right, so let's go, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me from that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will a generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, baby. All right, so I want to, before we get into the chart trading, I want to, I got something special that came in the mail today. And man, it's profound, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is profound. So, this one hit home for me. So, y'all know I was in prison. And this comes from LSP. And if you don't know what that is the Louisiana State Penitentiary, Angola. And so this comes from Michael Berklet. He's in Louisiana State Prison, main prison. He's in Cypress 1. And this meant a lot to me, man. So on the picture you're gonna see, he made him a God and money shirt, you heard me? In prison. And he is teaching financial literacy in prison. Not only is he teaching financial literacy in prison, he's actually teaching charting, and he's teaching stocks. He's teaching, also he has a partner, they are teaching, so first of all, Michael Berklet and Justin Celine Taylor, they have 2 books. First of all, I want to tell y'all, brothers, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Man, this just phenomenal, bruh. And I'm gonna read the letter that he wrote, but these booklets are super, like I was going through, I'm like, oh, this is really good. Like, this is a curriculum that people can have out here when it comes to business. And I've always said that some of the brightest people are 100% in prison. And so, brothers, y'all doing an amazing job. Jose, let's throw a couple of the pictures up so they can see before I read the letter. This is them teaching the brothers in prison about stocks, about financial literacy. That's the brothers. He got the God and money shirt on. So, yeah, man, that's it right there, man. 7/6/25. That's them right there teaching the brothers in prison. Yeah, teaching them charts. So I want to take a moment, and read this letter out. I want to read this letter that he wrote me, and I hope the brother don't feel no kind of way. But I feel like this is just amazing to me. So it says, How are you doing? My name is Michael Jermaine Berklet. I'm currently incarcerated at Angola Penitentiary and has been in prison for the past 35 years now. Damn. However, I have the privilege of teaching financial literacy. I'm a dedicated follower of your page and the valuable information you share. In fact, my class watches Trappin Tuesday before we begin our lessons, and we always recite the Wallstreet mantra to start our days. I often share my personal journey with the gentleman in the financial literacy class. As my introduction to the stock market and investing mirrors your own. It was here in Angola some years ago that I first discovered this path. I recall speaking with you on Instagram Live in 2023, asking if you might consider speaking in Hunt's Correctional Facilities. You graciously expressed your willingness and asked me to get in contact. Since then, I have been transferred back to Angola, where I successfully launched a comprehensive financial literacy curriculum. This program covers essential topics such as stocks, options, and Forex. Additionally, I have a college friend who facilitates our business class, guiding participants through the process of starting their own business, forming LLCs, and managing all aspects of business operations. Therefore, I would be honored to know if you will be willing to come to Angola and speak with us. If so, I will be more than happy to arrange all the necessary details, as we both recognize financial literacy is critically needed in our communities to combat material poverty and a poverty of the mind and the spirit. God as our guide, truly all things are possible. God and money. I have enclosed copies of our curricula that we are currently teaching. Both programs are a year long, and we are just commencing the Forex lesson. Upon its completion, we will host a graduation ceremony. Classes are held on Saturdays and Sundays. Saturday is financial and Sundays is business. It would be a profound honor and greatly appreciated by the class and others if you can attend these momentous events, the first of its kind here in Angola. My email address, as well as my jpay.com email address, have been provided for your convenience. I consistently recommend you to everyone I speak with regarding financial literacy and stocks, and I am proud to say that several of my personal family members and friends have already joined Trappin University. And if you have a financial literacy information that you can share with us, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time, thank you for your time and your consideration. I pray God bless you, your family, and your loved ones, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Sincerely yours, Michael Berklet. Say, bruh, man. Stocks and scriptures, bro.
That's so fire, bro.
Stocks and scriptures, bro. What we talking about, bro?
So fire.
What we talking about, bro? So I just want you to know, brother, 100%. If you watching the show, I'm gonna make sure I write you this week, bro. And anything I could do to help. And one thing I will say is, you have now so watch this. You have now punched me in my face to write my book.
Thank you, good sir.
You have now made it a necessity for me to write this book. I have no option but to write this book at this point. Because, I got to do that. So, brother, I will be writing you. Shout out to the class. Man, I would love to come in, teach. And it's crazy because, look, they got the mantra on the... that's the mantra.
Right, that's wow.
That's the mantra on the...
And my dog made his own God and Money shirt.
I got my own God and Money shirt, Trap.
He said, say less. You ain't got it on the site yet?
I got my own God and Money shirt, Trap. Stop playing.
I love it.
You feel me? So, yeah, that's... So, one, it would be an honor for me to come teach there because... When the storm hit, they had a storm before Hurricane Katrina, it was called Hurricane Rita. And the camp I was in, we had to go ride to Angola to help them do some stuff there. We was in DeQuincy, Louisiana. And so, man, it would be an honor and a privilege for me to come there and do that. And not just there, bro. Like, I think that's part of our ministry too, dog. Like, really, like OG Andre Norman be hitting me up.
Bruh, he called me while you gave me those pitches. The alignment is crazy. I'm literally like, he called me while you doing
OG Andre Norman. Bro, so many people be dim like,
he probably watching now.
He be like, bro, I ran across you through Andre Norman. Bro, I ran across you through Andre Norman. Bro, I ran across you through Andre Norman. Because we did an episode that was straight for prison. And so, so definitely, man, that's a done. Yeah, I gotta stop. I'm gonna stop playing with that book. I don't care if it's not a bestseller. If it's a bestseller in prison, I'm good. You hear me? So yep. So yeah, brother, I will be writing you personally, not from an assistant or nothing like that. So my personal, I will be writing you. I got your information. So yep. I want everybody in the chat. I just want y'all to put some fire, some diamonds, something in the chat to acknowledge this king, what he's doing. Yeah, let's just acknowledge that.
So
you know what I'm saying? Let's do that in the chat right quick. I would appreciate that. All right, y'all, let's get to it, man. Before we go, man, we gotta get on charts right quick, man. And see what old Donald boy done did. And we have to assess the situation to see where we going at moving further. How much pen ain't on that? All right, yep. Thank y'all for that. Trap on the charts. Thank y'all for that fire. I love it. All right.
It's been an already emotional show today.
It's been a hell of a show. It's been a hell of a show. Been a hell of a show.
I love it.
All right. Let's go with this dark theme so they can see. Let me take these damn glasses off so I can see. Put my black hat on.
Black hat trap.
All right, let's get to it. All right, 3,600 people in the chat. Let's get to 4,000. All right, so here we go, y'all. Let's get on this chart and let's rock out. All right, so what we're gonna look at right now is first and foremost, I know why I wanted to go to the light because, all right, let me do this right quick since I know y'all can't see. Let me do this right quick. That we don't gotta hear nothing from nobody. All right, so let me move this up just so I don't hear nothing from nobody's mouth. Cause y'all be tripping. All right, now I can go dark. All right, so here we go, y'all. Nikki Saunders, what's popping, family? What's popping? All right, y'all. So what we gonna do right quick, man? We gonna get on a chart. I went dark screen for y'all, but
they appreciate it.
But I realized something I had to do when I go dark screen, Jose. I had to change my alphabets. My alphabets usually be black, and that's what be giving me a hard time. So what I just did was change my alphabets to yellow.
Okay.
So they can see.
Contrast.
Come on. That was one of the issues we was having.
Let's get it.
All right, so let's get to it, y'all, so we can rock out. All right, so here we go. Now, this is just the SPY chart, and the reason why I'm doing this chart is because I did it earlier, but what I'm about to do now is follow up with what happened at the end of day so you can be watching what's going on moving forward. Now, I did this chart with my Patreon this morning, so they already saw what happened. They already know what to be expecting, but we're going to go through it again just so you can see it, and then we had an end of day that was kind of different, so we're going to walk through that, and then if you want to come and join the Patreon, I do these twice a week. And then we made a couple good plays, so let's rock out. So first things first, man, we are in a short-term downtrend with a broader macro uptrend, which means short-term, which is micro, we are downtrend. Now, I'm gonna say these words because when we do charting with Trap, Part of it is to help our new people understand some of the terminology, and then some of my older people, what happens is we start learning so much, we forget other stuff. Like, damn, I forgot that. Like, you ever try to spell a word, you be like, wait, I forgot how to spell that word. And it's a word you've been saying your whole life. You know what I'm saying? You never did that, Jose? All right, so let's get to it. So we are in a short-term, slightly bearish downtrend, but we are in a macro uptrend. Now, one of the things I always do is I start off with the weekly, and I put my weekly I put my weekly high, which is previous week high, which is what you see, PWH. That screen on? Oh, that's gangster.
Got to do that because, you know, so Sean can see too. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's gangster. Hold up,
Hey,
y'all.
when
Give
we
me a
do-
second.
yeah,
Give me one
yeah.
second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I just got to see it. Oh, wow. Put the chart back up there. Don't put the music on. Put the chart up there. I just want to see it. Oh, wow.
So when we got the live events, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Hey, somebody take a picture of that. Somebody take a picture of that. Oh, wow. That's good right there, dog. They can see that? Or they can't see that? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's fucking good. Man. All right, y'all, I'm back. I just needed this. I didn't know that because I see everybody like this. I'm like, yo, what the hell they looking at? I'm up here teaching. All right, let's get to it, y'all. My bad. Look, somebody say, we trying to see too. Trap shit. I was trying to get y'all to see. You hear me? They was on something else. All right, so here we go. All right, so let's get on it right quick. All right, so what I like to do out the gate is I like to mark out my previous week high, previous week low, which was last week. And then I like to mark out my previous day high and my previous day low. Now, the reason I like to do that is because that allows me to trade within a certain range. I now know what we need to go over, what we need to go under. So I like to do that, right? But then my real execution starts when I get on my daily chart, and then that's how I start breaking stuff down. So first thing we notice is we have the weekly. Let me take this off right quick because I'll explain that to y'all too. All right, so what we see is we have this daily chart. And what this showing us is that my previous day high, my previous day low. Now notice something. We have this, Friday we have this huge bearish candle, right? We hit all-time high last week, and then we had what's called an institutional sell-off. Essentially what that is, that large red candle is an institutional sell-off. There's nothing else around that, right? Now, I want you to notice something about that. I want you to know something that's real good, and having your eye on the chart can, so let me say this too, like every trader will see different little nuances, and one of the things I've learned as I've really got into the charts a lot of times, there's so many different there's so many different trading strategies that then apply so many different trading names to some of the things that are still the same thing, right? So let me say that there's so many different trading strategies, and they all try to rename something to give it their own touch. And then you have a group of traders following this this philosophy. You have these other traders following this philosophy, and what you start to realize when you be like, wait, this the same goddamn thing, they just changed the name on it. You know what I'm saying? So what I try to do is stick to the basics. Support, resistance, supply, demand, stuff like that. Trend lines. I just try not to get into all of the stuff I be like, bruh, like, I feel you, but you trying to use calculus for addition. So for me, and, I just like to keep it simple. So that big red candle you see is what's called a institutional footprint. That's what it's called. It's an institutional sell-off. Because us as retail traders, that's it, price action, family. Keep it simple, price action, you hear me? What the price doing? You know what I'm saying? So I just like to keep it simple. I like to keep it clean. I'm not going to have a million indicators on this joint. All right, so let's get into it. So that huge red candle is an institutional footprint. So the first thing we notice about that is I want you to see something that's going to be real cool. Notice how, watch this line I'm about to put. If you notice that line, notice how the institutional footprint, that previous week's low, stops at the same spot of that wick that I just pointed to. Y'all see that? That tells us that they stopped right where there's some liquidity was right. That was an area where they had some orders at. So remember this, nothing in the market just happens. There's always a bunch of numbers, and the big institutions are always looking for certain numbers to give them an idea on what to do next. All right, does that make sense? So there's always a set of numbers that the institute, they're not just going off gut feeling, right? They're gonna drive somewhere to say, oh, this is an area of interest. Think about that. So when you hear people talk about liquidity, and you hear people talk about support, and when you hear people talk about demand, in order for you to clear that up, just say this in your mind. That's an area of interest. Now, who is that area interesting to? Is it interesting to buyers, or is it interesting to sellers? And if you can start determining that in the market, you can definitely start making money. Who is this area interesting to? Right? So here's what I want you to see. Y'all notice how that line I just drew hit right at that wick right there, right? Well, that's interesting. Here's what we got to understand about that. At that line, I want you to understand that previous week low was where the buyer said, I will not let you push it no further than that. I'm going to fight you for this block. Right? So buyer said, I'm going to fight you for this block. Now, I want you to understand something right there. I want you to understand something that's really good right there. Notice how you don't see no wick right there. So because you don't see no wick right there, that lets you know that it was a mutual agreement. Because a wick tells you a couple things. A wick tells you either somebody got trapped or somebody orders got stopped out, somebody got robbed. But because you don't see a wick right there, you know that for a fact that became an area of interest that was a mutual agreement. Is that making sense? Am I making sense? So sometimes on your chart, what people don't tell you is sometimes buyers and sellers actually agree. Right? They're always fighting for position, but there are moments where they actually say, okay, we'll agree at this point. Right? Like, all right, you don't sell no more. We good. Market closed, chill out. We'll start this back next week or tomorrow or whatever. There is a mutual agreement right there. All right? So the next thing we see is on Monday. Also, let me say this too. Depending on what platform you on, your chart may actually have a few different things. I've noticed that. Like I saw somebody on Trade, somebody I was rocking with, they was on Trade Ninja Trader. It was on Ninja, and our charts looked different. And we was looking at the same time frame. I was like, how yours look different than mine, dog? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't like drastically different, but it was like a couple dollars different, a couple candles in a different place. So that was real interesting to me when I saw that. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of interesting when I saw that. Anyway, so here's what you notice the next day. This is where it get interesting at. The next day, you see, which is Monday, you see that buyers gapped up. Now, this is going to be interesting when I say this right here. Buyers gapped up. So now you see that green candle. Now, notice how that green candle is almost in the middle of that red candle. So watch this, y'all. This is going to be important. This is what we need to see. This is going to be important right here. Watch this. It gaps up. This is buyer's attempt Don't you disconnect. Buyers now, from the gap up, will now try to attempt to reclaim previous week high. That's the gap up has an attempt to reclaim previous week high. So we're going to tell the story right here. All right? But notice you see a wick. Now that candle, you see previous day's high. So notice we still under. Here's some things I want you to communicate to you. We are under previous week high, but we above the previous week's low. So we are now inside of that range. All right, now let me help you out right quick. Because we inside of that range, right? When buyers started getting their momentum up, they got to a certain level, which was 644, and got rejected. And sellers said, nope, they absorbed it. And so then some buyers got trapped at 664. All right, but notice on this candle, we broke our blue line, which is our 20 SMA. All right, so we just talking right. We just telling a story that we can understand. So buyers are now, sellers are now defending 664. Hear me here. And buyers are now trying to defend previous week's low. They don't want to go back that far. So you have buyers that are trapped in this breakout attempt. Listen to what I just said. Buyers are now trapped Monday in a breakout attempt. Oh man, we talking language to you. So certain words I say, I want you to write them down. So I want you to write down trapped buyers in a breakout attempt. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go look up what that means. Because now you can start trying to identify certain things. Y'all with me? All right. So watch this. Today is where things got interesting at. Because today, what happens is, watch this, sellers pushed us below yesterday's open, which tells us that sellers regained some control. So what they did was solidify the short-term bearish sentiment. Okay, write that word down, bearish sentiment. All right? Okay, so we have trapped buyers from Monday's breakout. And watch this. Then they got trapped again. Well, how they got trapped again? Trapped because then we opened lower Tuesday. Okay, now watch this. Watch this. This is where it gets really good at. We opened, the goal for today was, here's what the goal for today. And this is why this became so beautiful this morning. I talked to my Patreon people. I said, the market opened at 657. I said, here we go. Here's what I want y'all to notice. I said, buyers have to defend 653.02. They have to defend that. Because if they fall below 653.02, 648 is the next thing that's calling them. I said, they don't want to go that far, because if you go that far, then you've actually broken complete structure, and we are 100% in a downtrend. I said, but sellers now want to defend 665.13, which was previous day's high. Okay, y'all with me? We walking this candle by candle, telling you the story. So we go to the 1 hour, I'm going to tell you the same story, but then I'm going to add a little more detail to it. All right? So buyers try to reclaim structure. Sellers met them with heavy absorption. Watch this. So I told the trappers, I said, listen, If buyers can reclaim 665 with a confirmation candle on the top of 665, then we are technically going back to all-time highs. If we don't get a Trump tweet. Keyword is Trump tweet. So here's what happens. First hour of the day, sellers pushed us all the way down to previous week low. Watch this, y'all. That same spot where I told you where buyers and sellers agreed, there was liquidity on that other side. They touched that, and then it shot right back up. So guess what happened there? On previous week, that rejection candle tells us that, watch this, now you have some trapped sellers in there. Because they saw it going down. Initially, they saw it going down because that opens as a what? A red candle. They saw that going down. Now, this is where it's important for us to pay attention to certain levels for me. Because I have 653.02 on my chart, if I was to play it to the downside, that would be my level to get out. I will play it to 653.02, and if I don't see a confirmation candle going to the downside, you say, hey, let me get out of here. That's the importance for me because I can see what's going on. That's what that framework allows me to see. It hit 53.02, and immediately when it hit it, it started going back the other way. It started going back the other way. And then it reclaims previous day's high, will push it right above our SMA 20, which puts us right back in bullish momentum. So people always ask me, Trap, why you use the 20? I said, because that lets me know if we above that, we in bullish momentum. That means bullish sentiment for us. So it pushed us right back above that, and then we get the Trump tweet at the end of day, and it absorbs everything. Okay, everybody with me on that? Everybody with me on that? So now we're going to get a little interesting right here. Now we're going to go to the 1 hour. And this where things get a little interesting that because now I want to open y'all up to something. All my traders, y'all going to like what I want to do for y'all. I'm about to say something that y'all like. This what y'all be living for. This what y'all be lit. This y'all favorite little, this be my traders. This be y'all favorite little, this be the one y'all love to call out. When I said it this morning, they was like, oh yeah, Trap, I love this. Watch this. So now we on a 1 hour chart. We on a 1 hour chart. So the 1 hour chart now tells you that the downtrend is, you see that 20 sloping down. So now what happens is you have, I'm going to show you again. On the daily, it's not sloping. On the 1 hour, it's sloping. So now what you're saying is we have conflicting stories. So you have conflicting stories on multiple time frames, which tells us, okay, let's pause. Okay, now watch this. Where my traders at? Where my big dogs at? This y'all favorite little thing to call out right here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Sean, that's their
Trump was trying to finish the shoulder.
Well, once my traders, so people like, Trap, what you? I'm like, hey, check this out. I'm all right, right? So once you see that head and shoulders form, you got to either say you run into the down, because that's telling you sellers are rejecting buy-side pressure. Once that right shoulder form, shoulder roll, you hear me? Once that right shoulder form, you got action. So my traders, once they see that first shoulder and that head, they like this. They on alert. So you get head, shoulder, head. I mean, you get shoulder, head, shoulder. That's your shoulder right there forming. Now, here's the dope part about it. The shoulder forms right at your previous day's high. So which also tells us, watch this, that's actually confirmation, watch this, that if we break that, we are back to the upside. So a couple things happen here. If we break it and we above the 20 and we above the shoulder, we know we got what? Buy side pressure now. That means the sentiment has now changed in the market. Y'all with me right now? Let me know if we trapping. My big dog traders, y'all see me? I'm talking for y'all right now. I gave y'all what y'all wanted with y'all head and shoulders. Yeah. Listen, they love a good head and shoulders, a good cup and handle. They go. All right, so let's talk about that for a second. So here's what we have. So now we understand that liquidity right there, but also I know you like trap. Why you see that button? Why you got that green line? Because that green line becomes support on that base over here. We got a base over there, but then I want you to show you something. There's a little bitty, this is so small. It's such a small liquidity pool right there. It's not a big one. Real minute, right? So this is why you see you see that liquidity at 553 got rejected, trapped some sellers down there. You got some sellers that got trapped right there, right? So now the pressure got on the sellers once it started going back up. So now it's pressure on them. So now sellers got to decide. Now here's what happens. Once sellers, they looking at themselves like, hey, if we jump back on top of previous day low, which is 659, that's a lot of pressure on us. So now what happens is they got one or two choices. Their first choice is to sell. And if they sell, guess what happened? Those orders then do what? Fuel the buy side pressure. So if sellers get trapped and they sell their orders then fuel that upside momentum. Or they can hold on to those puts, but to hold on to your put from 653 to see it go all the way to 665, that mean you a gangster. That mean you a gangster. In your mind, you like, hey, you remember, there's always somebody buying and there's always somebody selling. And so if you on that, if you a trap seller there that got late to the party, you saying, all right, this gonna come back down. That's what you saying to yourself if you holding on to it. Now, watch this. Look at these candles. Let me open this up for you so you can see it. Now, on this left shoulder here, you have some real interesting activity going on. Here's the interesting activity you got on. You get on top of previous day's high. Now, watch this. This is the 1 hour chart here. You get on top of the previous day's high, but you don't get a candle. You get the candle closed slightly, but you don't get a confirmation candle going up. You actually then get you a what? A doji candle. Which in this, so, and I want to say this because all dojis are not created equal. Positioning, sizing, wick sizing, all tell a different story. So these last 3 red candles, we're going to tell a story right here. We hit previous day's high, which then becomes, watch this, it becomes what's called a demand shelf. I'm about to help y'all out right here. Trap, where'd that come from? Okay. I'm going to point an arrow at something. I'm going to draw a line at something so y'all can see it. You see that wick right there that I just drew that arrow to? That wick right there was the first time it touched 665. Now watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours later, it still couldn't break it. So that means After it touched that 665.13, it had 4 hours to try to get back above it, and it didn't. And then it gapped down. Now watch this. When it finally did get above it, the next thing we get is a doji candle, which tells us that sellers are saying, bro, we can't let y'all get above this. If we let y'all get above this, we lose our positioning. I want you to look at the chart as a chessboard where the buyers and sellers are always fighting for positioning. I could have sped this up, but for my advanced traders, I know you know it, you see it. You may add a couple of little nuances in it, but for my newer traders, they like, oh, bro, you telling a story. And for me, that's what I always try to do. If I can always tell a story, watch this. There's certain charts, I only trade about 25 to 30 stocks, and I continuously add chapters to the story. If you keep trading the same stocks, then it's not hard for you to you don't have to keep resetting the story. You keep adding different chapters to the story. All right, so you see we get to this previous day's high. Once we get to this previous day's high, which becomes a demand zone, which also becomes a pivotal part of what happens with this SPY chart. You know why? Because sellers know if they get above this, they are now above the shoulder, which means we lose position. Buyers have to get above it because they say if we don't get above it, guess what happens? We still lose position because we gain momentum. So now we're going to do something interesting right here. I'm going to help y'all out a little more. I'm going to go lights on y'all with y'all. So I'm going to turn the lights on for a second. Now we're going to put our fib on the chart. Well, Trap, why you put that damn fib on there? Now, mind you, because we coming from all-time high to swing low, we got to change the way we bring the fib on. We can't go from low to high. We got to go from high to low. So now here's what we want the fib to do. Now, this was interesting. The first thing we're going to do with our fib is we're going to mark what's our equilibrium. So the equilibrium is the halfway point. This is the point where if buyers stay under here, they in control. Sellers want to get above this so they can reclaim control. If we looked at our fib, we see that our equilibrium is 663.43. I'll do something to help y'all out. So we see 663.48 is the halfway point of the fib right there. Right? So now that becomes another thing that helps us. What does that say to us? That say, okay, the halfway point is what? It's above our SMA 20, right? And not only is it above that, it's also above what? Our what? Previous day low. And it's $2 below our previous day high. But it also tells us if the buyers can get above 663 and then 665, they are now gaining control. It's all about control. So here's what happens. We get 2 candles with the buyers above 665. You get a doji and then you get a smaller doji. Now watch this second doji you see in this 3 candle setup. You get what's called a candle under candle, which means it's not a lot of pressure, but sellers are opening lower than the previous hour. So watch this. Buyers now had another hour to reclaim 665, and they didn't. So they had more downside pressure. And then they get some help from a soybean tweet. The soybean tweet gave sellers the fuel that they needed to have this 3 candle downside pressure, and it's now you get candle under candle. You get a lot of downside pressure, but you notice something there. Buyers did reject 660. So what we looking for in the morning? You looking to see, will sellers push past previous day's low? Well, now it's another day, but will sellers push past that 659 If they push past that, you like, But 653 has to be your line in the sand. All right, that's all I got for y'all today. All right, let's get to our show. Damn, I done took all, God damn, my bad, Cam. I know y'all had that working, but I hope that ain't hurt y'all out. All right, let's get to the show, man. Jose, how you feel?
Man, you was cooking on that dry. I need everybody to share this thing out. We're trying to get that 4,000 right there.
Trying to get that 4,000?
Yeah, let's get that out.
Let's get that 4,000, y'all.
All that game? Come on now.
All right, shout out to the family. Let me know if y'all appreciated that. So Carolina Blue, KT Tactical, Chop Fellas, Mac, Legend. This was good. Let me know how y'all feel about that, man. You got the chart GE, man, Pascal. Man, then it become a charting show. we might come up with a charting show one day. That might not be bad. A charting show. That might not be bad. It might not be bad.
Say less.
Might not be bad. A chart show might not be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Might be interesting. All right. So where my pen at? Goddamn. Damn. Because I need a pen though. I got mine. All right.
All right. I said we got a lot of assortment of things in here. I just want to make sure all supplies.
I'm strapped.
Yeah, let's get.
I'm strapped. All right, let's get to the show, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. Man, gotta watch that again. More charge. What's Zam? Nola was good. Trap, keep elevating on them charts for show, family. I appreciate that. Somebody hit me today and said, hey, bruh, I ain't gonna lie, my dog. You cooking on them charts right now. And I just want to say something. I told my people in the Patreon one time, I said, you got to treat the game like it's going to change your life so it can change your life. And I think we focus on trying to be sophisticated too much. Like, I don't be trying to focus on being sophisticated. I just focus on how do we keep applying more and more knowledge, but also being able to speak it to us in a language that we can understand. So people will be like, Trap, you need to talk to them about the order block. Like, I can, but if they don't know what support resistance is, what makes sense to talk to them about the order block? You know what I'm saying? If they don't know what supply and demand is, why would he even get into them with, internal structures and all that? Like, I'm not here to stroke my ego. I spend about 2.5 hours a day, bare minimum. And it's been like that for since February. So it's natural for me to pick up and I pick up when I'm using real money. So that make me learn even faster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm using real money in real time, doing You know what I'm saying? So I'm not here to try to, bro, I want everybody to win. And I'm not in a competition with nobody. I just want to keep being the best version of me. Anyway, let's get to it. So we got to show the people the money. You know they want to see the money, Jose. The people come to see the money. Somebody say, bro, it shows, bro. For sure. Onk not playing SLV. Onk, I slid on you on that SLV. That's a little... All right, so we got the app loving call. Today, I think we averaged down in that app loving call, so that was cool. ASML, earnings in the morning. ASML. Now, believe it or not, I want y'all to know something. Tim Love Money, that's my guy. ASML is one of the most important components in the chip industry. ASML I'm talking about, they are one of the most important. They have the ability to drag the chip sector down. They one of them ones. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. They may drag, and I know people might think I'm tripping, they may drag the chip company down, the chip sector down. Their impact may be have more strength than AMD. Because of what they are they are part of the manufacturing component. Like, we've seen, so if you go back and look, AMD was down a lot this year. Watch this. If AMD didn't have that huge gap up, what that was, 2 weeks ago, their returns wouldn't be prolific. It would be like, that gap up that that was like a $70, $60 gap up, something like that. That's crazy, right? But ASML, so I'm saying that to say, we've seen AMD be down and not budge. We've seen ASML go down and the chip sector take a hit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not taking it away from AMD because man, you hating on AMD. No. I've always said this. I wouldn't invest in them, but I understand what Lisa Su got going on over there. You know what I'm saying? So ASML in the morning, that's going to be crazy. AVGO popped off for us today. We like they just deal with. Say, bro, I'm going to tell you something. If OpenAI ever goes public, that company going to go crazy. It's a $500 billion private company right now, but here's the crazy part about them. They not profitable by far. Like, they not making no money. The ChatGPT, they not making no money. So I'm real interested in that company, bro. Like, I researched them just to get an idea of, like, how you gonna make money, bro? Because I've never, and I'm still researching them, but they private, so there's only so much you gonna get about them. Like, you're not gonna get into their financials. But I wanna know how they gonna make money. Because he's partnering with Walmart, he's partnering with all the chip companies. Now, I want y'all to also pay attention to Jensen Huang is really playing chess out here, y'all. What he's doing right now is he's investing in a bunch of smaller companies. So, okay, watch this. He is investing in a bunch of smaller companies so NVIDIA can never be a monopoly. He playing a game from a different strategy and a different approach. Notice that he's making investment in a lot of his competitors so that he can plug it off like, hey, I'm not even much like, I'm opening up the field. So somebody say he's gonna make money off chat subscriptions. I'm gonna be real. Well, he gonna need more than that. He gonna need more than that. He gonna need more than chat. And the reason why he gonna need more than chat subscriptions is because he have a lot of big dog competitors. Like Gemini now is crazy. So he's doing some good stuff with chat, don't get me wrong, but I gotta see some other stuff that he's doing. It gotta be partnerships, it gotta be more than just, cause it ain't like streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Netflix had to say, all right, like, we done capped out on this. Now we gotta do other stuff. We gotta do live fights and we gotta do, you know what I'm saying? So I wanna see how he gonna make money on it because he gonna have to go public in the few. He gonna have to go public in a few, bro. So anyway, we got that AVGO play. We got Costco. GEV, I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling y'all, this company is a workhorse. GEV is one of those companies where if you can, okay, I'm gonna say this the right way. A company like GEV, at some point in time, you're gonna be a trap buyer. You're gonna be a trapped buyer in GEV, and you gotta say to yourself, bro, the way that they move, it's okay. With GEV, you will be a trapped buyer at some point. We was a trapped buyer in GEV for about 3 weeks and then explosive. Up until the Trump tweet, I was up about 40-something grand almost. I think, something like 40 grand. Up until the Trump tweet. The Trump tweet just made everything sell off. Bro, you always one tweet away, bro. Bro, you be one tweet away with this dude, bro. Like, and the crazy part is, like, I'm pointing it out like it's a 40. Nigga took a drink like that bitch was a 40, cuz. I'm gonna tell you something. At this point, you can't. So there's a saying in the street, and all my people that have been in the street, that have been in a dice game before and all that, you say, there's a saying when you shooting dice, you be saying, hey, I just gotta keep you honest. right? You might take the dice, you might, and you be like, hey, man, you can't do that. All right, I'm just keeping it honest, making sure you're honest. I'm just making sure you're on your P's and Q's. I'm just checking for shit things. That's what they be saying when you're shooting dice. Not literal shit. Man, flush Jose. Flush Jose. Flush Jose. Flush Jose. I saw the look in your face like,
I was just listening for the colloquialisms.
Colloquialisms. Yeah. So when the dice get you shooting dice, you go, checking for shit, Shane. Boy, let me see. All right, I'm just keeping it honest. Hey, don't touch that. I'm just keeping y'all honest. I'm just keeping y'all honest. That's what Trump tweets are. They keep you honest. Hey, you want over leverage? I'm gonna spank you. You over leverage? Watch I spank you. I'm telling you, he is a stop loss himself. Trump himself is risk management. Man, where my real traders at? Where my real traders at? They know for a fact I ain't lying. Bro, he is risk management 101. You know why you're not gonna over leverage? Because you know you one tweet away. You know why you're not gonna over leverage? Because you don't know that tweet gonna come at 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the evening, or at 3:45. You one tweet away. You one tweet away from being up 50,000 or being down 150,000. And the tweet gonna catch you at random moments of your day. You not by your computer. You not over here. You in the bathroom using number 2. You ain't even got the phone on you like that. You not in front of your screen. You are one, he checking for shit things. He gonna keep you honest, bro. If I ain't learned, listen to me, I promise you and I promise you not. If I ain't learned nothing else, see when I got caught for that 120, at 1.5 early in the year, I was aggressive. I was in, that's how you, that what you doing? All right. Flush him. Flush him. You feel me? And guess what? He caught us again the other day. He caught us all lollygagging. He caught us all lollygagging.
Got him.
But this time I was like, all right, I ain't tripping. I'm cool with you. Bro, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm not saying this to hate on nobody. Bro, I ain't never seen that. You know, when I have a big loss, I don't mind posting that joint. I don't really be caring. Bro, I ain't seen that many people post losses a day. Bro, I ain't never seen that many people post losses. Bro, I just
noticed that, yeah.
Bro, I got on my Instagram, I got on YouTube, all I saw was red. All I saw was loss. I said, boy, that nigga Trump cold-blooded soldier, boy. He cold-blooded. You know, I don't care. Like, I'm going to post mine. I've been doing, that's always been my MO. My MO since the beginning is because I always felt like if I'm going to show you that I made 100,000, 200,000, a million, whatever, I got to also show you the other side. I got to show you when I lose 500,000, 600,000. That's why I'm like, bro, I lost 1.5 million, bro. Like, my pride wasn't attached to that. It was like, dog, I got hit. But I want you to see me come up out of it. Bro, I promise you this. And again, this is not me taking no shot at nobody, so don't nobody go nowhere and say,
they ready.
Yeah, Trap say he the only one. Bro, I'm not saying that.
You gonna clip it
I'm
up?
talking white people too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, I saw one dude, bro, and I'm not gonna lie. Bro was disgruntled. I saw his page, he was like, man, I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened? The Trump tweet is what happened. He was like, man, I lost on this trade, and then, and he is somebody who I've always seen talk about patience and talk about not being revengeful. And bro, he was like, hey, he got hit for the 40. He was like, bro, I got hit for the 40. So I stepped back. He said, I went back in. Now he traded on a 1 minute and a 5 minute. So I knew it blew him out the park. He was like, bro, I went back. He said, when I went back, I saw everything I wanted. And then immediately it fell again. I said, ooh, it hit him. He said, then, he was like, and I should have stepped away. He said, I'm looking at it right now, and here's how that money hit you. That's why I tell everybody, bro, nobody can teach you how to feel when that money get took from you, bro. Bro, I don't care if you got the best mentor. I don't care if you study market psychology. I don't care if you study trade psychology. Nobody can tell you how to feel when you see that thing turn red and it's a dollar sign that you ain't never seen before. Wait. Nigga, what? 50,000? Oh, my God. That's what the first thing gonna go in your mind. I gotta get that back. That's the first thing. Not like somebody punch you. Ooh, boy, I gotta get my lick back. Boy, square up. Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up. You ready for action. Man, you ready for action, boy. And not to go back and get punched again. Boom. Set him down. That boy said, man, before I look up, I was down 230. Look what I said. Welcome to the club, Pop.
Welcome.
He hit me for 270 that day. But I wasn't tripping because I wasn't over leveraged. That 1.5, I was out there. I was out there. I was gone. Boy, and my mind had already told myself, oh, we going to hit for 6 million this year. It was February. I was up 400,000. In February, oh, boy, we going to hit for 10 million this year, boy. You crazy? I just come off a $4 million a year. I'm about to double that. Stop playing. Now, I still could have did it if I wouldn't have been over. Now, here's the crazy part. I had done already took 800,000 out. I was ready for it. That boy didn't stop pumping red. I said, ooh. So Trump is 100%. Bro, he is risk management. And I guarantee you, bro, I guarantee you, after April, nobody in their right mind who experienced April over leveraged no more after that. They was real meticulous. They were like, hey, I'm one tweet away. Once you realize you one tweet away, you ain't putting it all out there no more. Here's why. Because you never want to run out of chip for the dip. And if you recover from April, you now understand, hey, it's gonna dip again. I know what he gonna do. And so now you're like, ooh, when it fall, I'm in it. I'm in it. So bro is a risk management. Bro, imagine me feeling good about my thing here. I'm like, yeah, all right, man, it's about 2. It's like, oh, it's 3:30. Let me go hop in the shower right quick. I'm about to go. We ain't looking bad here. Walk out of there. I'm drowned. I got the shot. I said, let me see. I said, what this ninja done did?
Steam and everything.
What this little purple shelf done? Sure enough, I feel like China. I said, boy, this nigga, he don't stop. All right, let's get back into the...
Shout out to 4100 in the chat.
Shout out to 4100 in the chat. They know.
Right.
They know. They know. Hello. They know. Hello. All right, let's finish showing the people the money, man. Let's finish showing the people the money. All right, so gold. Man, listen, bro. We've been on the high street with this gold, bro. We've been rocking out with that gold, bro. That gold been beautiful. All right, so now I said something to my people. I said that Goldman Sachs is 100% important for these bank earnings. So mind you, now we down on the play. Now Goldman Sachs, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Goldman Sachs is one of those companies that I trade that I never worry about. I've never worried about it. I don't worry about it. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they all dominated earnings today, this morning. I'm talking about flying colors. I don't know, they flew. I'm talking about, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Goldman Sachs making so much money from Donald Trump being in office. You know why? Bro, the underwriting department and the trading department, bro, I listened to their earnings call. I said, my God, the money they making. They going crazy. So Goldman Sachs, Meta play, we averaged down on this Meta play a little bit. We got it to, so we be all right with that. Let's go a little further. Then we got the MU call. Shout out to MU. They've been holding it down. I think I might come out of this MU call. I don't know. Shout out to my guy. My guy on a call said he had asked me about that Netflix play. And in my mind, I thought we was out to play, you hear me? But we not out to play. So I forgot to that, bro. My bad. I thought I got so much on my brain, so that's on me. That's on me, bro. The NVIDIA play, I ain't really tripping on NVIDIA like that. Palantir, like, we got to get with Katie. Katie, your baby daddy got to do something, yo. Palo Alto, I might come up out of them. They tripping. Then we made a silver play today. So, yeah. And then Spotify, that's the call. The dude asked me about the Spotify call. Yeah, we was still in there. That's the call. All right, then let's go a little further. Then we got Tesla, UNH, and Visa. So that's who we in right now, y'all. That's who we in right now. So, all right, let's go to our Freedom Fund. That's how the Freedom Fund look. There we go, y'all. So y'all know I told my people last week we added the USAR to the buy and hold. Yeah, Sean, still didn't get out of Sprouts Farmers Market.
I have a question. How you add USAR, but you ain't get rid of Sprouts Farmers Market and AJC?
Man, I don't even know, dog.
You went in there. You was in there. It's like going in the store and not getting it.
I have no idea, bro. How you up on SLV? Shit, I got the same time as y'all. Shit. I was down at the end of the day, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was down at the end of the day. I ain't gonna lie. It was down at the end of the day, and then I looked at it and said, oh, that been up. You know what I mean? It was down like, it was like $200 at the end of the day, and then, like I said, when I went to the shower, it was down. I was like, dang, I took my money out of this. I just got on this dang on call. And then, at the end of the day, it was up. So I was cool on that one, yeah? I was cool on that one. All right, let's go a little further. I also told my Patreon group 2 sleepers that I like. I can't tell y'all, though. I gotta tell them. All right, let's go a little further, man. Let's get into it, man.
If they want to join the Patreon,
They want to come join the Patreon, let's go.
get it.
All right, so buy the dip or wait it out. Oracle, AVGO, TSM, NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, and Amazon, right? So they had a significant drop in April, y'all. April 3rd to April 8th. They had a 14, it was down, minus 14, minus 9, TSM minus 17, NVIDIA minus 12, Google minus 21, Microsoft minus 7, Apple minus 22, Meta minus 12, Amazon minus 12. Watch this. That was before, all the way to April 8th. Now watch this. From April 9th to October 9th, look at these returns. Oracle up 140%. Now that's not up year to date. That's from the low till today, right? From the low to today, 140%. AVGO 122%. TSM 113%. NVIDIA 99%. Google 96%. Microsoft 47%. Apple 47%. Meta 43%. Amazon 33%. Here's what I want you to understand, y'all. Here's what I want you to understand. You should never be scared of the market when it goes low. It becomes the perfect opportunity for you to increase your net worth. And I remember saying right here in front of this stage, I said, bro, you cannot tell me you serious about the market and you see NVIDIA at $73 and you tell me you scared to invest in that. I remember coming from, I forgot what we came from, and I was like, boy, NVIDIA, $73? Man, you got me messed up. Ain't nowhere in the world. There's no way you can tell me you like NVIDIA at 200 and you like NVIDIA going to 200, but when it comes down to 175, you let it go. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way you can tell me you like Broadcom, but you can't tell me that. Here's the issue we gotta have. We gotta get rewired in our brain. We gotta rewire how we see the game. We gotta rewire, watch this. We gotta rewire and stop thinking when a stock is running, it's the perfect time to buy, to tell ourselves when the stock is dipping, that's an excellent time to buy. Right? So our biggest issue is we think once the stocks start running, that's the perfect time to buy. The problem with that is we run into, watch this, we risk being, watch this, a trap buyer. We risk being late to the party. We risk being late to the party. The problem with buying it low is you always thinking it can go lower. And that is the thing that keeps you from making quadruple your portfolio and being late. Now watch this. I literally put a free YouTube out and said, USAR, $26 is going to 40. The stock went to 40. We got out of this morning from my options play. I said, yo, I'm good on it. I'll get back in it later on, but I said it's going to 40. So we had 1 week to get it from 26 to 42. I told you what I thought about it. I don't fall in love with no company. Once you put my thesis out there, that's my thesis. And my thesis is whether I'm right or wrong, I'm cool with it, I'm gonna wait. I say, yo, it's $26. It's going to 40, y'all. It's a free YouTube video. Then I talked about it 3 times. And all it was me saying, let me look at the company. Once I look at the company, let me see where it lines up at, cool. Then I did another free YouTube Saturday and said, IREN, OKLO, are 2 companies I'm tweaking to get in Monday morning. I couldn't get in them Monday. Why? They went through the roof. OKLO up. I woke up Monday, it was up $23. I said, God damn, I missed it. Now, I got to give my Patreon credit for that because they've been rocking on that thing about 3 months ago, but it wasn't in my wheelhouse. I was like, yo, they killing. Let me see what they're looking at. And I looked at the company, but then I looked at where it was positioned at. Where was it positioned? It was positioned in a theme that the market is rewarding. Our biggest problem is, now, I'm not mad that I missed it because we made money elsewhere else. They were still inside the theme. Your biggest issue with missing money as a trader is you not investing in trading in the theme that the market is rewarding. You making the trading game harder than what it has to be. All you gotta do is stay into the theme. What are the 4 or 5 themes that the market is rewarding? And then who are the leaders? Who are first place? Who is second place? Stay away from the laggards. Focus on the leaders. Focus on the theme. You're gonna make some money. Stop trying to find the hidden gem. Know how I found USAR? I said, oh, the market is rewarding precious metals. Cool, no problem. Where I'm about to go look at? Precious metals. Let me go do the research. Let me go do the fundamentals so it can be a company I agree with. Let me go look at, I'm gonna still do that. Let me look at the fundamentals. Now, let me look at what the chart said. Oh, this sucker up this, oh, bet. What's the theme that the market is rewarding? Why? Because a stock that the company, because a theme that the market is rewarding, that theme will continue longer than it would just turn around all of a sudden. You'll know when the theme is stopped because the market then shifts. And you can't tell me right now that the market's shifting themes. Still rewarding AI, still rewarding robotics, still rewarding precious metals, still rewarding gold, still rewarding financials. Still rewarding Mag 7, Mag 10. Amazon is the lagger. Amazon and Apple are right now the laggers. So why would I be trying to go look at something that the market ain't rewarding? Trap, what you think about Caterpillar? Nothing. Trap, should I be trading John Deere? Why? Trap, what you think about AT&T and Coke? Nothing. Not from a trading perspective. Buy and hold, different perspective. Why am I trading anything that the market not rewarding, that's not inside the theme that they pouring money into? If the goal is to follow the big money, why would I not follow where they dumping money at? Tell me why. Why would I go, why? The people dumping money in Bitcoin. The people dumping money. Bro, go buy it. Bro, don't ask me. Trap, you think I should go buy it, bro? BlackRock, bunch of bought Bitcoin. JP Morgan, Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Bro, Donald Trump's son, Bitcoin. The Trump administration, Bitcoin. Bro, don't ask me. Go buy it. Go find a theme. Now, here's the thing. There may be sectors that the market not rewarding, and they still may have one or two companies that's going crazy over there. Guess what? I'm gonna let them go crazy because that means I gotta be over there. I gotta pay too much attention to that. I want the easy money. I'm not looking for the hard money. I'm looking for the easy money. The easy money is in the 3 to 4 themes that the market is dumping all their money into. That's it. That's the game. And guess what? If you got a hot 600, take the hot 600 where the market is dumping money at, you can turn a hot 600 into something. Don't got the hot 600 and ask me, hey, Trap, man, you think I should be trading Nike? Why? Ain't no money over there. Hey, Trap, you think I should be trading Lululemon? Why? Ain't no money over there, bro. Take that hot 600 and go to AVGO, Oracle, TSM, NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Amazon, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Capital One, USAR, gold, silver, copper, CrowdStrike. Go where the money at. All right, let me go about my business.
You know, Benson in the back, punching the walls, the air, the everything.
What'd you say, Sean?
So everybody that's here, you're telling them to follow the money. What is a quick way that you can tell them, like, they can look for where the money is? Like, how can they go online and find out, all right, where's the money going into? Besides these companies, because you just
go pick a stock and go year to date.
All right.
Pick a stock, go year to date, and then see if that stock and the stocks similar to it are still up year to date. Now, I'm talking beating the market.
Yeah.
So if the S&P up 10%, they up 30%, 40%, 50%, and go look at who all their competitors, and all of them up 20, 30%, you know the market rewarding that.
That's good.
Go look at the ETF, see if the ETF close to the market or not. If that is gone, you know the market rewarding that. If that ain't happening, I'm not trying to go find what stocks at their 52-week low so I can catch them at the bottom. Why am I making the game hard? I'd rather go look at the ones at their 52-week high so I can say, hey, when they pull back, I'm striking. Oh, they missed that bar. They missed that bar. They missed that bar. I'm not going to go look for the ones at their 52-week low. I'm going to go say, well, who at their 52-week high? And when they pull back, I'm striking. You know why? Because it's a whole bunch of green candles on that chart. It's a whole bunch of gap ups, gap downs. It's a whole bunch of fair value gaps. It's a whole bunch of imbalances. It's a whole bunch of inverted head and shoulders. It's a whole bunch of bull flags. It's a whole bunch of that on them. It's a whole bunch of equal lows, equal highs. It's a whole bunch of them sitting on that chart that's at a 52-week high. All you got to do is be patient. Put all 10 of them, 15 of them up on your thing and say, yep, previous day high, previous day low, previous week high, previous week low. Wherever one of y'all hit this goddamn fair value, wherever one of y'all hit this, as soon as that bing, I'm striking. Break a structure, gotcha. Structure change, gotcha. Bro, it's not even that hard. That's what I be saying by people try to outsmart the market. And then what happens is, as a new investor and as a new trader, you get caught up in the dialogue. Oh, he know all them big words and they know all these interesting sayings. He must know what he's talking about. He probably do, but your ass ain't gonna figure that out. It's gonna take you a million years to figure it out. Let me go find somebody that can say A is for apple, B is for boy, C is for cash money. Because if C is for cash money, you talking my language, partner.
For the 99.
For the 99. Come on. Come on, man. All right, so Wall Street Magnificent 7 is getting a makeover. Sell to the Mag 10. NVIDIA, year-to-date, 32%. Microsoft, 22%. Apple, 2%. Google, 3%. Amazon. I told you, Apple and Amazon are all in two that's underperforming, right? Meta, 27%, AVGO, 45%, Tesla, 9%, Palantir, 134%, AMD, 32%. Now I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something that's beautiful right here. Watch this, bro. Bro, Tesla was down 57% this year. Bro, that stock was down 57% this year. To be up 9% is magnificent. That's a turnaround of all turnarounds, bro. Tesla was down 52 to 57% this year, bro. And I'm talking about in March, April. Boy, the minute Trump put that car in the front of the White House.
Whoop they do.
Got him. The minute he skate, he said, oh, I got you. Watch this. The minute he put that car in front of the White House, you supposed to put your feelings to the side and say, hey, I see who got the juice. What that mean? Go, with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yo, right here. I got it, right here. The minute you saw, you know why? And we made some Tesla trades. You know why people ain't getting them? Oh, man, he trying to be they worrying about the stuff was going, man, I don't care about, man, I ain't tripping on none of that, man. All of them belong to something that we don't, hey, what that stock do? Stocks and scriptures, baby. What that stock do? Oh man, he a Nazi and he a Hitler and man, they got all them Teslas riding around in these streets, man. What that stock do, bro? So I can feed my family, bro. Oh, money ain't good money. That money ain't for him. That's when you buy the Tesla, you doing that. That Tesla stock is the market money. What that stock do? Bro, down 52%. Bro put the car on the White House lawn. I said, oh, it's over. He going up. The minute I saw that, I said, oh, he going up. He gonna finish the year strong. Then they had the little breakup. And watch this. When they had the little breakup, the stock ain't budge. I said, ooh. I said, oh, he really about to go hard now. I said, the stock gonna go hard now because they think he out of politics. And then the minute they give him that $1 trillion, I said, oh, he gonna get that trillion. He gonna get that trillion. What? Let's go a little further, man. I don't think they be paying that. I be getting riled up and they don't be paying. People don't be paying me no damn attention. All right, there you go, man. Are we running out of chip? The buy the dip strategy has rarely ever been so strong. In 2025, the S&P 500 has averaged 2.3% 1 week following a one-day drop of at least 2%, the strongest performance since 2019. Outside of 2019, the market's best year since 1983. This is also only the third year with a return above 2% over the last 43 years. Since 2008, there has only been 2 years when the strategy has been unprofitable, 2022 and 2023. Volatility remains a trader's best opportunity. What I'm saying is, I told y'all, Trump is, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm proud of all of us. I'm proud of all of us. You know why I'm proud of all of us? Cause we ain't letting that, a lot of us, we ain't letting that dip scare. You ain't letting that dip scare you. You saying, hey, bro, check this out. Listen, I got some time on my option plays. I add another leg. I'm gonna buy my buy and hold a little more. Rock out. Rock out. So, all I'm saying is, you know that Trump is he's a what? He's risk management. You always one tweet away. So what that mean? Keep you some chip on the side. Don't never be all in. Keep you some chip on the side because you one chip away. He the stop loss. He is the risk management. Man, what's your stop loss, Trump? What's your mismanagement, Trump? That's my risk management, bro. That's my risk management. I'm one tweet away. I'm one tweet away. All right, let's go a little further, man. Let's get to it. All right, global markets can't keep up with the U.S. Since the pre-2008 peak, the U.S. sector has vastly outperformed global peers in earnings growth. U.S. tech earnings per share growth is 588% compared to the 203% of global tech. Discretionary stocks are up 317%, 10 times more than the rest of the world. Healthcare earnings have climbed 288% versus 78%, and industrials grew 124%, doubling global peers. Corporate America leads global profit expansion. Bro, America is where you get money at. America is where you get money at. Now, here's what I will say. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, you know, like, I ain't against not living in America, right? I'm not against not living in America. Now, here's the reason. Bro, this gun violence shit's out of control. This police brutality and all that shit, bro, is out of control. Now we got people, you know, this religious hate is out of control, bro. Like, the religion hate, you know, bro, and, you know, I'm not the person to say let's sing Kumbaya, because I know it's going to be, it's just the way America is built on hate. Just keeping it real. So it's always gonna be people, like, you can get up in the morning right now and say, yeah, bro, that sky is blue. Why you think it's blue? Who told you it's blue? The slave master got you tricked in your brain. That ain't really blue. That's called, bro, I just said good morning. What make you think it's a good morning? The master got you thinking, the devil think, bro, it's just good morning, bro. That's all it is. It's good morning. Thank you for the blue skies, but it ain't really blue, brother. Who told you it was blue? You've been fooled. You've been bamboozled. Bro, it's blue. Well, what color it is, bro? What color you want it to be? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know who told him it was blue. That's because he's he don't respect women because you wouldn't say blue like that. What if your mom, bro, my mama would have said it was blue. What you talking
And he
about?
said Grand Rising Queen.
Oh, man. It's not morning where I live at. You being disrespectful for all the people that it ain't morning over here. What? I live in America. It's morning over here. You ain't being inconsiderate to the people that is not morning. So what if everybody not a morning person? Bro, I'm just saying, I'm just thankful for that it's morning for me and that it's blue from these eyes. That's all I'm thankful for. We just...
Let's give him a hug. Virtual hug.
We don't want hugs. Where I'm from, we don't...
I didn't consent to that hug.
I didn't consent to that hug, right? You violated my rights. You talking about what if I don't? Yeah, he's like, bro, like, what you doing?
Man.
Right? So for me, bro, I think that, I think America is a great place to get money. I think it's just a lot going on right now. So I wouldn't be opposed to, like, not living in America. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I ain't gonna lie. Because, yeah, anyway, let's go a little further. All right, big banks are making a killing right now. So big banks are beating earnings estimate, top and bottom across the board, setting, they're really starting, they set a strong start to Q3. They're going to Q4 on go. Watch this, JP Morgan estimated their earnings came in at $5.07. They was estimated $4.87. Now I want to go down to Goldman Sachs. They was estimated $11.09. They blew it out the water at $12.25, bro. That's $1 and some change above earnings. That's billions of dollars, y'all. Like, I want you, that's billions of dollars. BlackRock, Larry Fink was the man who just, now Larry even talking about, yo, we need to tokenize. Like, he on it, bro. Like, so just be, I just want us to be mindful that, City beat earnings, you know what I'm saying? So people knocking it out the park, y'all. So tomorrow, I think we got Morgan Stanley is tomorrow. Bank of America is tomorrow. Yep, so let's run that count. So here's some major events that we got to watch out that's coming into this month that I want us to pay attention to. Again, we got Morgan Stanley, we got Bank of America tomorrow. We got the Fed. Beige Book is coming up. We got PPI retail sales coming up. That's if the government shutdown don't get away. We got Ginseng Wine got a keynote on the 29th. Netflix earnings on the 21st after the bell. Then there's a thing out that's saying the Fed may agree to another interest rate. I think based on the call that he had today, he said something that was good. He said that tightening may be about to end. So there may be another interest rate coming up. And then GDP growth coming up at the end of the month. So we got a lot to really look at. This year. Let's get that 100 Trap Hotline. Let's go.
Hello, family. I'm new to the Trappers group. I'm in the process of trying to find quality companies. I looked up USAR. It seems to be performing pretty well right now. I looked into the income statement. On the revenue, it had 0. I opened up the cash flow and everything across was negative. The ROA was negative. The ROE was negative. The ROIC was negative. Is this just a company that you stay away from, even though it's performing pretty well in the market?
What's good, Queen? Man, thank you for... You're so beautiful. We appreciate you for just being... That was a warm hug.
Definitely a warm hug.
What that warm hug come with, Jose? Biscuit or pancakes? Come on.
That joint was biscuits with the syrup on that.
Ooh.
But I tell you this, Auntie ain't playing. You better answer her right, though. She got a little bit of... She's like, hey.
That is a go get the switch.
Yeah, that's a go get.
That's a definitely go get the switch.
You acting up in church?
Go get the switch. Yeah.
That's the pinch.
Yeah. That's that pinch.
But But she got the candies at the bottom of that purse.
Yeah.
I
I
love
think George mama pinched me a couple times before.
Hey, that church
Ain't need to
pinch?
pinch me before.
Hey,
George, they need to pinch me before, cuz.
because you can't cry.
You like,
You gotta take it.
all right, so yes, Queen. So the only reason, so USAR wasn't a stock for us to hold for a long time. It was 100% a momentum trade and a momentum carry. It's not a company that I'm about to buy for the long term. It's not a company I'm about to hold forever. It's 100% short term, 100%, I probably get out of it for the bond at the end of the year, see what it's still doing. That's it. It's not something I'm about to hold forever. And I did something with that I don't really do all the time. I said 40. It'll go to 40. We'll drop down. I got out of today. We got out today at about 37. I think it came all the way down to 35. And then it came back up, then it fell back down. I may get back into it a little later. Yeah, you gotta twist that pinch. Get you more. Right? I may
We
get
done
back.
trigger some people.
Yeah. We all done felt that pinch.
feel
They feel it. You still feel it. You got a residue. The residue of the pinch still there. Years later. It's years later. But yes, so you 100% right, Queen. It's not built like that. It's not a company that we would typically be in. 100% only on momentum. That was it. Momentum trade based on what Trump was buying into and how those companies got on. So there's a difference between a fundamentally company that we would love and then that was just momentum. That was all momentum and momentum only. So that's a great question and way to identify that. I don't want no pinch. Next.
Yo, Trap, what's good? Jose, thanks for taking my question. So just wondering, how should I position my portfolio for the remainder of this year? Uh, Obviously, right now we got the government shut down temporarily. Layoffs are starting to happen. Tariffs still looming. And obviously the trade war between America and China. So what way do you think I should position my portfolio and what sectors should I be looking into? Appreciate you.
My God, man, he been rocking with me for a long time, man. Salute to you, family. Salute to you, family, for sure. Such an amazing question, man. So again, I think that right now, if we position in just to end the year out, I truly think that this trade uncertainty puts us in the right place. I think we should be looking at the future, which is robotics. I think, so first of all, depending on what you already have, I think you should hold on to because this is just, this trade war situation is something that's gonna get figured out. We gotta just be willing to endure. And anytime the market presents us with an opportunity to buy at a discount a solid company, that's what now the Queen's question comes back in effect. Solid companies that are of value. I think that we can find some solid, like inside of tech. So we see big companies, again, AVGO, we see companies like that really pouring a lot of money into the technology phase. So I think technology, again, I'm gonna always say financials. I also like industrials. Because if you go look at it, you see companies like United Rentals, you see companies like that that's really taking off. So I like that. So I like financials, I like industrials, I like actually energy as well. So, and of course, we like the AI trade. Those companies gonna do good. So anything associated with that, that's what I think we should be going towards. All right, let's get into our Certified Trap of the Week. Certified Trap of the Week, Thomas Fortune. Was a fearless journalist who turned words into weapons for Black liberation. Born into slavery and rose to become one of the most powerful Black voices of the 1800s, using the New York Age to expose racism and push the economic justice. He formed the Afro-American League a precursor to the NAACP, and championed Black-owned businesses and self-reliance. His legacy lives on in every media outlet and activist who sees storytelling to fight equality, fight for equity. Fortune proved that the pen would be revolutionary and still is.
T. Thomas Fortune was born into slavery in Florida in 1856 and freed after the Emancipation Proclamation. As a biracial child, he worked as a page in the Senate and wrote down what he learned to share it with others. He later moved to Brooklyn and owned 3 newspapers, the New York Globe, the Freeman, and the New York Age. In 1901, he moved to Red Bank, New Jersey, with his family.
He was a force in journalism, and most people, recognize that he was, but unfortunately, he has existed in obscurity.
Gilda Rogers is the executive director of the T. Thomas Fortune Cultural Center.
He has been called a bridge to the modern-day civil rights movement. He's a trailblazer because he's opening the doors for organizing, political organizing. He's using his newspaper as a bully pulpit to speak out on the failure of Reconstruction, lynching.
The house had fallen into disrepair. Rogers was a driving force, bringing awareness to who Fortune was and why funds were needed to save this landmark.
Fortune was very progressive in economics and, trying to create a foundation economically for African-American people. He started National Afro Business and Investment Corporation to help African-American people at that time be able to purchase homes because obviously we could not walk into a bank and get a loan.
With a lot of help, the home was restored. The original staircase, fireplace, front door, and more preserved. Kerwin Webb is the board chair. He says Fortune's writings are still relevant.
He wrote about economic independence, right? And the capacity of African-American people the need to and the capacity of them to actually build their own institutions, to help build their communities.
The group that runs the center hopes that it attracts young people to come and learn about their local history and find some inspiration.
One of the programs that we have is the Fortune Tellers program. Our belief is that in young people, we have everything that we need to actually change the dynamic of society. We just need the opportunity and the space to help them cultivate those gifts that they already have.
It sounds like you really focus on the arts here. Why is that important?
Because the arts are transcending. The arts help people see things in a different way. The arts give us a new perspective.
Rogers says Fortune teaches the importance of using your voice. One of his poems hangs on the wall, titled "There Is No Death." The last line, "I shall live again." And indeed he is, through this new cultural center.
Hey, that last picture, though, he looked like he ain't had no black in him in that last picture.
Brother, like so in New Orleans, I bought the 7 Ward, you hear me? That's where all the light skins at. Bro got the crib, bro got the wavy hair.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, we wouldn't have looked into this one. I would have been second guessing my damn self. Like,
and then look, in the background, they try to make him darker on
that
his
boy
little
ain't that
mirror.
dark.
You see
That
the
boy like
mirror in
that
the
up.
background on the wall?
I'm looking at that boy like, who your mom is, dog?
Who your mom is? Where they from?
Who your mom is, dog? Where you from? Let me see.
Let me see.
Nah, man. Call your dad outside. Right? But shout out, man. That's amazing to know, man. Like when we understand like our footprint. You know what I'm saying? Our footprint. You know, man. I definitely would have second guessed, bruh. Well, but here's the thing, bro. Once it's in you, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? It's in you, it's in you. Let's go a little further, man. Let's get into it, man.
What's good, Trap? It's Kevin, and I'm back with another question. First, I want to give a shout out to Jose for taking my question and everybody at the Freedom Center who's making Trappin' Tuesdays possible. I wanted to let you know I took your advice on what to do on the SQQ play. It got to negative 42%. You said to get out at 50, and I didn't even want to wait for it to get down to 50%. So I sold my contracts, my shares, reevaluated, and repositioned myself. Thank you for that, and I appreciate that. My question to you today is, I wanted to know how to better utilize market volatility so I can buy low and sell high. I don't want to sell all my shares, just a fraction, and keep dollar cost averaging on the way down to continue to build my portfolio, as well as depositing into my account on a bi-weekly basis. Give me some insight on that and tell me what you think. I appreciate you guys.
Yo, our trappers are so
Sometimes I don't like them.
See,
Sometimes.
they say,
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Shout out to my guy, man. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for taking that advice, man. That's amazing, bro. You know, just to keep on locking in. So the way you can use that market volatility is two ways. So remember that market volatility can be both, watch this, market volatility can be both good and bad. It represents high buying and selling all at one time, right? And I think you can use volatility to have great entries because volatility gonna push the market one way or another, right? A lot of times it's gonna push it downward. And so that volatility allows you, that's it, passant blanc. That's what the other guy is. That's what the other guy is, passant blanc. That's what it's called. When you mix like that, it's called passant blanc. I knew it was gonna come to my head. Passé blanc, passé blanc, passé blanc. That's what it's called. Yep, thank you for giving me that. That's what it's called. But the volatility helps you a couple ways because the volatility helps you find better entries and it allows you to get discounts on companies that you already wanted to be in. And so one of the things that you can get is for volatility. So like think about Friday when we had that, right? Not, for me, I didn't get in any new plays, but we had the gap up Monday, but I was ready to get in a play. I was like, yo, Monday, I'm going to get in a couple of these plays because I had understood, watch this, that the volatility had drove those prices down to entry points or support zones or, supply shells or stuff like that, like drove them down to liquidity. So that's what we like about volatility is it allows you to capitalize on great companies or also create great entry points for long-term positions. So think about this morning when I talked about going down to 573. If it came down to 573 or 673, whatever that price was on the QQQ or the SPY, once we saw the confirmation candle going up, we understood, this is it. Why? Because it's right at what? A support zone, at a support. So that's how the volatility can help you. If you match volatility with support, that can truly be your gateway to getting in some great positions, family. So definitely a great question, man. All right, man. So crypto millionaires hit 200, damn. Crypto millionaires hit 270,000 and growing. Man, shout out to my people that be going crazy in the crypto world, bro. Like, shout out to y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only hold Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? That's all I hold, right? But shout out to my people in the crypto world that's going crazy. My only thing is I don't like the people in crypto that be trying to shit on stocks. And the reason being is because we are in the mindset of thinking that one asset class is better than the other when we new to attaining assets. So because we new to attaining assets, the goal shouldn't be driving division between assets. You be saying, yo, you should own crypto, you should own and trade stocks, you should get some real estate, right? I think that's the goal. I think that's what it should be. And I think that, it shouldn't be an either or, it should be or, because we know one thing, when y'all going through that crypto winter, when shit be down and y'all be, oh man, right? When it be down hard, and let's be real, when y'all go through them winters, all you holding on is a hope and a prayer.
They speak a lot of optimism and positivity, though.
No, they don't.
I've seen them.
Not in them deep winters. They be on
I said,
chill.
it's gonna be back up.
It's gonna, you feel me? And so what I'm saying is, like, you supposed to, in my mind, is I want to take advantage of it all. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That boy Chris Johnson did something that I was like, damn, bro, all in on this. I remember bro got on Instagram and said, yo, I'm selling everything. He like, bro, I sold my car. I sold my Rolexes. I sold stocks. He said, I'm all in. I said, damn, Chris, what the hell? Now, I've been buying it. So when I was rocking with Hood Estates, he was the first person that I saw that was rocking with it heavy. So my partners in the streets been rocking with it since like 2015, but they was doing some other stuff with it. They wasn't on no, I ain't gonna get into that, but they was doing some other stuff with it. That's how they was doing stuff like with on the other side. But I remember when I was rocking with Pocky like 2018, 2019, like I ain't gonna lie, Pocky was like, bro, like, I feel you with the stocks, but like, I remember Pac, if I'm not mistaken, I think Pac sold 2 of his 18-wheelers and put them in crypto in 2018. He was like, man, I don't want these 18-wheelers no more. I'm about to put them in crypto. And I remember him putting like the money he was making from his groups and stuff, he was putting it all in like Bitcoin. And this was like 2018, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I remember he was like, Trap, you need to buy some of this, bro. So I remember my first buy was like in 2018. And I didn't know what the hell it was. I think I put like 50,000 in it. I was like, all right, bro, like, if you say so, whatever, bro. I want to use stocks, nigga. In my mind, stocks is the greatest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, you need to buy real estate. I'm like, nope, buy more stocks. You know what I'm saying? But I remember him telling me, oh, bro, you got to buy some of this. And, that was the influence. I'm like, all right, bro, you say so. Took the 50 grand, we put it in Bitcoin. And I was like, all right, bro, whatever, bro. I never paid it no attention. And even while that time, like, it would go up and then it would just go down for a long time. And he'd be like, all right, like, and he used to just tell me, like, don't take it out. Don't never take it out. I was like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I remember it running. And then I remember being like, oh, wow, this shit lit. I buy a little more, you know what I'm saying? So I treated it with the stock mindset, but I wasn't never like, all in. I would just be like, bro, I don't really know about it, so I can't tell you nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he sold 2 18-wheelers. He was like, bro, I'm about to sell these 18-wheelers. I'm putting it in crypto. He was the first person I ever saw. Dude, this is 2019. Like, he sold them 18-wheelers. I was like, nigga, you crazy. Nigga, them 18-wheelers. He was like, this it. This the future. I was like, man, you lost your damn mind. You tripping, dog. But I remember him telling me, like, bro, put it in there. Don't.
Like we talked about yesterday, you crazy until that thing works.
Yeah, he was like,
genius.
bro, put it in there. And he was like, bro, don't take it out. And we don't even rock no more, but I thank him for that because I ain't never took it out. And then him exposing me to it that way made me start buying like, a little $5,000 here, a little $10,000. Then when you see it run up, you're like, ooh, okay. I don't really understand it, but all right. Let's buy some more, and you just start putting little money in and you don't really care about it. And I stuck to crypto and Ethereum. And I remember a couple years ago when Ethereum had went down. When I put a post on my Instagram and I bought $50,000 in Bitcoin and I bought $50,000 of crypto. And everybody was like, you tripping, nigga, go down. I'm like, bro, I'm just putting it there. Like, I ain't taking no money out of it. And then it just started shooting back up. So is Hood Estate still active? I don't know, man. Like, I hope they are. I hope they're doing, like, I hope they killing it. You know what I'm saying? That was my people. I ain't gonna lie. Like, and I remember bruh doing that. I remember bruh like, bro, I'm getting off 2 of these 18-wheelers. I'm putting them in crypto. And I was like, you done lost your damn mind, bro. And I remember him like getting some of his rental income, putting it in crypto, bro. And when it hit 100K, I thought about him. I said, ooh, I know he up. I know, because he was all in on it. And so then when I saw Chris doing it, I like, because Chris and them was doing like, I think like Wealth Squad. So Chris and them was doing a bunch of stuff. So they was like day trading, crypto, and I think Christian he had the watch company, 17 watches. That's what he really locked in on, the 17 watches. He killed that. And then I think he had another part of his group where he was teaching people about pallets or something. You know what I'm saying? I think he was doing that, though. I remember Chris said, I'm selling everything. I'm selling the Rolexes. I said, oh, Chris all in. And then at the same time, I remember like Odell Beckham put his check in there. And then I remember like one of these football players that was like a guard or a tackle put his money in there. And here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you the thing about criticism. Here's the thing about criticism too. And that's why I don't criticize people, especially not publicly, because you look like a damn fool later on. I remember ESPN and everybody was criticizing Odell Beckham and whoever that guard was for putting they check. They took the whole check and put it in crypto. And they was like, this check is worth $2 million. Based on this, it's worth this. But when that crypto hit like 100K, ain't nobody say how much it was worth then. ESPN them, they was on to the next thing after that. That check probably worth 10 million right now. So, man, just all I can say, real talk, man. Shout out to the crypto people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love it because stock, like, I think we should just be in this wealth accumulation phase. Like I think, I can't think of who it was. They was on live. Damn, I can't think of who it was. They was on live, and bro, I can't think of who it was. I see it, but I can't think of who it was. They was on live, and it was like, he was telling the female that he bought stocks. He bought crypto, and she was saying like, why would you not buy stocks? Something like that. And I think what happens a lot of times is when you all in on one thing, you don't focus on the other thing because you be blind. But the whole idea is to build wealth with assets that's growing. And I think that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just think that's it, bro. So I think that you should be doing it all. Now, would I sell my house and sell all my stuff to buy crypto? I probably wouldn't. That ain't my thing. But I did tell Chris, I said, he challenged me. He said, Trap, I challenge you because I challenge you to own 10 of them, bro. He said, bro, I challenge you to own 10 of them. He said, bro, and he told me this. He said, if you own 10 of them, bro, he said, you're going to look back and be like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, bro, challenge accepted. You know what I'm saying? So, so crypto to the moon, y'all. Let's go. Look at this. BlackRock doubles down on Bitcoin during flash crash. Watch this, y'all. BlackRock reportedly snapped up 45,000 Bitcoin, 5 billion. Now, wait, I got a question for this shit right quick. I got a question. And I need somebody to answer this for me. This is not me being funny. This is not none of that. My question is this. How the hell can he buy 45,000 crypto? And I'm asking this not out of stupidity, not out of being, again, this y'all thing, not mine. I buy it because I buy it. But if there's only a certain amount of cryptos in the world, and I'm asking this, bro, like, don't try to rip me up, bro. This is me asking real talk. If there's only a certain amount of I think it's what, 21 million or something like that? I don't know. I thought there was only a certain amount of crypto. If there's only a certain amount of crypto.
You mean certain amount of Bitcoin?
I mean, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin, can you buy them all? Again, this is not my field, so I don't know. But if there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin, can you buy them all?
It says 1,600,000, basically 1 million Bitcoins left to be mined.
So what happens if somebody buy 1 million of them? That's my answer. I thought it was 21. I thought I heard somebody say that. It was like 21 million of them. And after the 21 million is bought, you can't buy no more. So my question is, there's 8 billion people in the world.
They said 94% has been issued already.
So this is my point. And I'm I'm not saying this as a jokester. I'm saying this from real education. If there's only 21 million, and I'm saying this again with humility. Saying this with humility. If there's only 21 Bitcoin, 21 million Bitcoin, and 94% have been bought, after the 21 million is gone, that's it.
I guess they're gonna start just heavy trading.
But what if everybody just holding it? And so my question then is, if everybody holding it, then how can the price go up? Because the price goes up from supply and demand. And again, I'm asking this as a student, not as a mockery. I'm asking this from educational purposes, right? Because if you run out, if I say, yo, there's 5, that's one of the things Rolex do. Rolex say, hey, we only make this many watches. After this many watches, bro, you can't get them. So now the price goes up because of the supply demand. Meaning, if I take this watch that's no longer being made and put it back on the market, guess what? The price done went way up. So my question is, if everybody buys it to hold it, what happens if you can't mine no more? Well, no, you can't keep printing it because they said you can't make no more. Which is the reason why they saying go from crypto to the dollar, because you can just keep printing the dollar how you want. I need to call somebody.
So what they said is the miners would then need to rely on transaction fees to validate transactions and maintain the blockchain.
So mining fees?
Transaction fees. They said
Transaction fees.
It's expected to be mined by 2140, the last one.
So they still mining them. How you? I'm not going down there.
But I'll say, where's the intrinsic value going? Because gold has an intrinsic value because it can increase based on the decrease of currency.
But it's the supply and demand.
Correct.
So I guess that's it. And again, I'm asking this from 100%. I'm about to do something right quick. Ben, give me a minute, dog. I got Chris' number, yeah. Chris Johnson. Damn. I gotta go to him on this. That nigga might don't answer like this. I don't got it. He might don't answer me. Because I wouldn't answer this shit either. I just want to know though. 19 keys in my other phone, but my phone dead. I want to see.
Nah, that's a good question.
I'm interested to find out. I got 19 keys number, but it's in my other phone, and that phone dead. I'm coming, Benton. Dang. Come on, Chris, answer the phone, dog. Man, Chris done lost that weight. He acting brand new.
I say he probably laid up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Chris might be somewhere across the globe. Chris be doing all kind of shit, bro. If I ever saw somebody that's living their life, it's Chris Johnson. All right, here we go. All right, let me call 19. Oh, Lord. I know what this about to turn into. This about to turn into a whole... I don't know how. Oh, it don't got that thing. This the other phone. Let me see if he gonna ask. He gonna call after the show, watch. I gotta call one of my crypto guys, dog. Let me see if I still got, I think I got Chris' number in this phone.
See, y'all gotta understand, this is a live show. You gotta understand, this is what we doing, trying to get the information.
All right, don't worry about it.
Live
Don't worry about it. I
on the
can't
show.
get it. I can't get it. I was trying to pull him up. I was trying to pull him up, dog.
Chris done lost that weight, bro. Chris done lost that weight. Chris out here swimming naked in the French Riviera, man. All right, but I really want to find that out, dog. I really want to find out. All right, let's go a little further. Let's end this show. All right, look at this. Donald Trump, richest 19-year-old in the world. Barron Trump, the 19-year-old son of President Donald Trump, co-founded the World Liberty Financial Cryptocurrency Project with his family in late 2024 and holds 10% stake that has yielded approximately $80 million in profits from token sales and trading. His total estimate net worth stands at $150 million, surpassing that of siblings Ivanka Trump and mother Melania Trump. While the family's overall cryptocurrency holding is $1.5 billion, Trump has credited Barron with introducing. Bro, didn't I say that? Come on, bro.
I forgot what episode.
Come on, bro.
You said it. You said
Come
it.
on, bro. That was 2 weeks ago, huh?
Yep.
Bruh. Bruh, that was 2 weeks ago we called that. What I got up here and said, I said, bro, that dude 70-something years old going on, that dude don't know number, I know crypto, that's his sons.
10%.
That's his sons. Did we not say that up here, bro? Bruh is, listen, okay, let me say this. Bruh is using the White House as the biggest, he is setting his family up for generations to come. Hey, y'all, we got one more shot at this. I got him. Look, I got one more shot to put us in position. What's up? Tell me what we need. Dad, crypto, Dad. But look, all I know about is stocks and real estate. Crypto, Dad. Listen, I know about stocks and real estate. Tell me some more about crypto, Dad. All right, what you want me to do with it? The Bitcoin. All right, what about it? It's gonna run the world. All right, but tell me a little more so I can push it. All right, look, they spent a couple days. I bet. Now listen, don't you make the Trump bad. You know, he think of himself at a high level. Hey, don't make this last name look bad. Don't make this last name. I got you. I say less. Go for it. I'm going for it. I'm going to do what I do, but I'm going to throw y'all in there too. And y'all going, because, bro, no, Trump's sons wasn't on no platforms like that, bro, before he got in office, bro. Them boys on every platform. And what they saying? Them boys, you know, them boys going at big banks. Them boys calling out banks. The banks, they won't give us this. They send them by name. Bro, you wasn't doing that for your daddy with the president. Guess what? I can do it now. Somebody say he only know real estate, not stocks. I disagree with that. That's why the market, you know why you know he knows stocks? Why you think the market moving like that? He know a lot about stocks. Watch this. You don't become that wealthy and don't know about stocks, bro. It's impossible. That's why you know how to move the market like that. Man, he know real estate, he know stocks. He from New York. He live down the street from Wall Street.
And don't he have a company that's public? Don't he have
DJT?
Yeah.
Trump Media.
That's a company.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he don't know about something that, hey.
Telling y'all, bro is using this market, and that's why I said something. That's why I said this. Bro, you gotta get your emotions out of it. Sit them on the side. For the next 4 years, you gotta say, hey, let me sit them right here. Because we in a circus. You go to the circus to be entertained. You let all the people that's fussing about all the stuff, you say, all right, bet, cool.
You do your civic duty, you go make your vote, stocks and scriptures. And then you go back to and you say, hey, where the money at? Because you can't, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. We looking at this man set up, oh, it's about to be good. We can end it on this here. We watching this man set his family up for generations, and why we not doing the same thing? We watching him set his people up for he's 70. He know he gonna kick the bucket. He might be 80. He gonna kick the bucket and he ain't got that long. Best case scenario, he lived to be what? 90-something? That still ain't that long in the grand scheme of things. Bro, this is 19-year-old. He got the other two. Bro, I saw a tweet from Grant Cardone today that said, I bought 10 Bitcoins at 100. Bro, if you know anything, bro, Grant has called crypto a scam. Now, I'm not saying nothing wrong because we all can change our mind about something. Grant said, yo, I bought 10 of them. You know Grant, real estate. Grant don't like stocks. Grant don't like crypto. Grant only like real estate, bro. I saw the tweet today. Grant said, yeah, I bought 10 Bitcoins at I said, yep, he bought in too. You see what they doing? It's on you to say, hey, let me use the market to build my bread up because the market gonna give me infinite opportunities because we what? One tweet away. And let me just distribute my money the way it's supposed to be going. Let me buy me some real estate. Let me buy me some crypto. Let me buy me some stocks. Let me trade me some stocks. But guess who Grant locked in with? He locked in with the Trump family. So guess what they like? Hey, bro, get on this wave. This we about to do. Hey, get on this wave, bro. This what we about to do. So however you feel, you gotta put your emotions on the side and step back and say, watch this. What the money doing? What the money doing? Okay, here's what the money doing. We see somebody like Larry Fink go buy 45,000 Bitcoins. They worth $5 billion. That means you need to be trying to put some money over there. You see the stock market going the way it's going. That means you need to be putting some money there, and you need to be using this money to go do that. You see real estate, you need to go buy. You need to be watch this. These next 3 years is only about assets. Oh, watch this. From 2025 to 2028 is assets only. 2025, here's my word for the night. You take these. If you sacrifice these 3 years, you can live the rest of your life like nobody else can. And we can end the show on that. If you sacrifice the next 3 years, I promise you will have a different life compared to everybody else around you. Because these next 3 years, now I told somebody in my comment the other day, they were like, bro, I made more money under this president. I said, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I made a whole bunch of money under Joe. I ain't gonna lie to you. My first $4 million year was under Joe. I made $2 million in the market and trade, then I made $4 million in the market and trade. I ain't gonna lie, but guess what? That's the past. That don't matter no more. Here's what we do see. We do see that in 2025, they going crazy. And guess what? It will not stop. They're gonna find something else in 26. They're gonna find something else in 27. They're gonna find something else in the late part of 20. Bro, listen. From now on, you need to be thinking assets only. Because guess what? And here's what we know. Everybody who in it right now, they net worth gonna be at least 3 times more. Now, here's what's gonna happen. Will we probably face some type of recessionary environment before he get out of office? Hell yeah, because hell yeah. It's not sustainable. But guess what else that means? If you going assets only and you already know, then you already printing money and you waiting for it because Trump is what? The stop loss. He is risk management. So you already know, I'm not over leveraged. I'm not over nothing. I'm taking what the market give me. I'm buying more assets, and that's what you do. Don't be getting on Instagram, oh man, this market manipulation. It always been market manipulation. What you think happened when Bill Ackman got on TV in 2020 and said, yeah, the market should be doing this and people should be doing this and people should be doing that. And then the whole market fell off. Come to find out he had a short against the market and he turned 200 million or 2-point-something billion. That's market manipulation. What you think happened when the CEO go on Jim Cramer? They don't want to be on no goddamn Jim Cramer. Why you think they go on Jim Cramer? To talk to you about their stock so they can do what? Manipulate the market. What you think people go on Jim? What you think they go on Jim Cramer for? Because they want us to know about their company? Hell no. They go on Jim Cramer to promote their business so they can tell you what they doing, and Cramer asks all them friendly-ass questions so they can say the good stuff. That be alley-oops all day. Here go alley-oop, boom. Here go alley-oop, here go alley-oop, here go alley-oop, so they can promote their company so you can buy into their company. What you think they doing that for? They don't want to talk to us about their company. That's the last thing they want to do outside of that earnings call. You think Larry Fink, this man got more assets than everybody knew. What you think he going on CNBC for? To talk to us? Hell no. He come and promote what BlackRock doing. That's another way to, that's an ad. That's what that is. That's an ad. Because guess what? We not the audience. We not the audience on CNBC. We the audience on Trappin Tuesday. We the audience on the other shows. We not the audience on CNBC. That's a different audience on CNBC. That's why we created Trappin Tuesday. So we can have an audience. We ain't the audience. So when they go on Cramer and they go on Yahoo Finance, when they go on CNBC and when they go on Bloomberg, man, they not talking to us. They going to promote. They going to promote, and they going to ask all the questions that you don't never see them ask no questions that disrupt what they got going on. You ain't never saw Cramer say, hey, why you sold that down? Why you doing this? Cramer is brilliant, whether you believe it or not. Hey, this was a fund manager. He know all the questions to ask. Hey, why, that don't look right on the balance sheet. That don't look right on the income statement. Why you ain't, hey, what this is? I saw you did that. He don't ask none of that. He be like, hey, yeah, so we saw you draw revenue up 15. Tell us why. Tell us how you did that. That's the easy alley-oop. You tomahawk that thing like Air Dog. Y'all don't know about Air Dog. NBA Jam. That's what that is. Ain't none of that to disrupt nothing. All of that is to alley-oop so you can make that stock go up. That's what that's for. So we got to get out of our feelings. It's the biggest thing that's killing us. You in your feelings. Oh, man. And he got a 19-year-old right there who told his daddy with his other two brothers, hey, daddy, you gonna be president? Bet. Crypto. It's a family affair. So watch this. You got to get out of character and get in your calling. Get out the character. The character got you not seeing the market and the opportunity in front of you. The calling is to change your family. And so what happens is, watch this. I'm about to say something that I said a while back, but I'm going to reiterate it here. What happens when the old truth collides with a new truth? You got to choose the one that serves you best. The old truth might have been something, but now it done collided with a new truth. Which one serves you? If the old truth don't serve you no more, you got to do away with it and you got to embrace the new truth. The new truth is they getting money. The new truth is the wealthy people of America have increased their wealth by $5 trillion since this man been in office, and he ain't even been in there a year. There's a new truth. There's a new truth here, and we got to be willing to step into it, y'all. So whatever it is, whatever it look like, bro, let's change our family. It's time to change our family. Cause bruh, we looking at it right in front of us, but we too busy, watch this, and there's nothing wrong with it. But it is something wrong with it. We looking at it happen, but we too worried about Cardi B and her baby daddy. We too worried about if Cash Doll broke up with your boy. We too worried about all the stuff that don't matter. That shit ain't getting us no money. Shade Room got more comments and likes than any financial channel in the game. But watch this. Watch what I'm about to say here. But the Shade Room probably got the brokest audience. And I'm saying that with no shade. Pun intended. Ah, look at Black Robin Hood. Salute, my G. The Shade Room probably got more people in their audience than they got more engagement than put the financial literacy channels together, but they got the brokest audience, and I guarantee you that. You know why? Because we like to be entertained instead of educated. And one thing I will say, what I appreciate about the financial literacy channel, like for the most part, man, niggas ain't on here shucking and jiving and dancing. Man, I ain't doing all that, man. I'm about to give you this information, fam. I ain't about to be flipping around and man, I ain't doing none of that. I'm gonna give you this information and you do what you want to do with it. Whether you paying for the group or not, or you paying somebody else or not, what I am saying is they got so many people that look like us, sound like us, talk like us, that is legit, that's giving us information, but we keep looking for the bullshit, and then we wonder why we broke. And so now when the government ain't doing right by us, now we mad at them. No, you gotta do right by yourself. If you allow them to feed you, you get them permission to starve you. Get out your character and get in your calling. Get out your character and get into your calling. Stop worrying about who got this many baby daddy. That don't mean nothing to you. That don't put no money in your pocket. That don't pay no bills. What that market do? What that market do? What them stocks do? That's why I was clowning with the Patreon, but bro, you up at 1 o'clock on the charts, man, get that money. Cause that's what I be doing sometimes. Get that money. It mean that much to you, fam. You willing to sacrifice it. I would rather you be doing that than be scrolling on the Shade Room. Get that money. Get that money, man. Because that's what's going to save you and your family. Because we getting so close to the have and have-nots, and you ain't seeing it. The people telling you right now, AI is going to take away this job, that job, that job, that job. And here's the thing about America. Once they take something away, they ain't bringing it back. We ain't gonna never see a quarter juice no more. We ain't gonna never see a 25-cent bag of chips no more. Guess what? The deficit gonna keep going up, fam. It ain't coming down. Ain't nobody gonna get in there and get that thing now. They can't even agree with each other inside on what's best for us. How the hell they gonna agree with what's best for you? Bro, they got people that's not getting money right now because they on a furlough. They can't even come together and say, hey, bro, let's do the right thing so these people can go to work, bro. What make you think they gonna put some laws in place that's gonna help you? Follow the money. Get the money, get the crypto, get the stocks, trade, get the real estate. Here's the thing, you can do it all. Ain't no limit. They printing money. You take the fake money and you put it into real assets. That's what you do. You take the fake money that they printing. Don't be, oh, this money ain't no worth nothing anyway. Cool, we know it ain't worth nothing. But guess what? You got people in the world worth billions, hundreds of them. Guess what they're doing? Taking the fake money and putting it in assets. You heard what Larry Ellison said. He said, hey, I don't sell my stocks. I just borrow against it. That's how I bought a yacht. That's how I bought an island. That's how I bought a mansion. You take the stocks, you borrow against it. That's all you got to do, fam. You worrying about, man, I don't care about no gold chain. I don't care about no chain. I don't care about no car. I don't care about none of that. You got 3.5 years to make more money than you ever made in your whole life, and you ain't got no excuse. Your problem is you ain't got no goddamn discipline. Run the bag up, because the bag don't never gotta stop running. We've been saying buy gold for years. Guess what you trying? Man, get the gold. Trade the gold. Trade it. You see what's going on. You see what's going on. Stop, look, we know they ain't gonna save us. We know Oh, with all the money they got in the world, guess what? They ain't gonna never. Listen, with all the money, they got billions. Here's what you doing. Oh, nobody shouldn't have all that money. You know why you saying that? You speaking from a broke mindset. Man, nobody shouldn't have that much money. They can end world hunger. Why you ain't ending world hunger? Why you using your paycheck to end world hunger? Because guess what? Every dollar counts. But you know what you can't be doing, man? Get some money. Guess what? You get some money out the stock market. I don't tell people when I do little stuff. I do stuff all the time. That ain't for me to do. That's for between me and God and that person. I done paid for funerals. I done paid for scholarships. I done paid people rent. I done did all that. I ain't never posted none of that. You know why? That's between me and God and that person. I ain't tripping on that. But guess why I can do it? I'm gonna get in that market and get that money. And I don't care what nobody got to say about it. You could be the same way. Ain't no difference between me and you. You trade ICT or ICT, you trade the strat, you trade all the block, I trade support and resistance, I trade, well, guess what? Get the money. That's all that matter, bro. If you better than me, cool. If I'm better than you, cool. Get the money. And talk about the other stuff later. Because guess what? Once you learn how to get the money, guess what you can do? You can teach the people around you how to get the money. That's impact. You know why I'm happy my cousin made $11,000 on this trade? He finally got to $11,000. That man been watching me for years. I say, hey, bro, you ain't gonna get tired of me making this money? And one day he came into the building and said, say, bro, y'all out your mind. We letting Trap make all this money in the market, bro. We got to be losing our goddamn mind not to be following what he doing. I say, cuz, I'll give you the course, but I ain't paying for you. You got to pay to get in that Patreon. That's what he said. You know what? You sure is right. Came, he said, say, bro, I made $11,000 in this trade this year. I like it, cuz. I said, hey, the first 100,000 gonna set you off. Here's why. Once you change yourself and the people around you see that it's working for you, here's your biggest problem. You trying to tell people to trade and they ain't seen it change your life yet. You trying to tell people about the market and they ain't seen it change your life yet. One thing we know about our people, once they see it change our life, then they gonna buy in. So once I show them, hey, here go 100 grand, fam. Hey, here go 200 grand, fam. That's why I put them big numbers up on Instagram. So, cause I know that's what get our people attention. That's why I show the wins and the losses. I want you to see me make 100,000, 200,000, and I'm gonna post the loss before you can ask me for it because I need you to see the upside and the downside, but the upside make you a believer. Because we wired that way. That upside gonna make you a believer. That boy made $1 million in the play. God damn. Hey, how I do that, fam? Now here's the crazy part about us. What's the this part about us that done blew my god doggone mind? I can post all them wins in a row, nobody joins. The minute I post that loss, we get flooded. That let me know something. Here's what that let me know. We dying for people to be real with us. We love, so I don't care what nobody say. I'm gonna keep it 100 every time. I'm gonna show you the loss no matter what. Because I want you to know there's a cost to this game. Changing your family ain't easy. It's the hardest thing that you ever gonna do. Because in your mind, the trade is played out. But when you get there, you gotta press that button, it's a different ball game. But guess what? It's possible. Bro, this the gift that don't stop giving. I don't care what happened. I don't care who in office. Guess what I do know? Guess what I do know? Them wealthy 1%ers in this world that's increasing their net worth, guess what? 95% of it, 80% of it is tied to the stock market. So guess what? I don't care what they do with it. That stock market ain't going nowhere. It's here. So you buy your crypto, you buy your stocks, you trade your stocks, you trade your crypto, you trade your Forex, whatever it's gonna do. Guess what? Get that money, fam. Guess what the pandemic showed us? Ain't no job secure. Guess what? If you thought you had job security, the pandemic showed you there's no such thing as job security. So guess what you need to be doing? Finding out a way to get some money on your own. That way, when they do furlough you or something like that, you ain't depending on them. You say, guess what, I'm good. Probably, matter of fact, give my seat to somebody else. I'm good. That's the game. If you allow them to feed you, you get them permission to starve you. Now, here's the thing that we know about that. If you let somebody starve you once, they'll make it a habit. If I don't check you the first time you try to starve me, it's a done deal. So the first time they try to starve you, you say, yeah, guess what? I'll never be in that position again. Our biggest issues is, once they try to starve us the first time, we forgave them and went back to them. Once they showed you the first time during the pandemic, you said, guess what? I just want my job back. I just want my benefits back. I want my 401k back. I need my retirement back. I need my pension back. Instead of you really saying, bet, you just, no matter what I thought before that, my eyes open right now. Guess what? I'm about to learn how to do something that, go get the money, man. Stocks and scriptures, man. That's how the game go. This how the game go. The word tells us diligent hands build wealth. It also tells us there's a man that built his house on rock. There's a man who built his house on sand. Now, here's the crazy part. The house got washed off on sand, and you ain't learned nothing from it. You built another house on sand. You took from 2022 to 2025 to build another house on sand. Instead of saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna walk in the wilderness, fam. Or guess what? When I go back here, I'm gonna now take the money from here to build me a house on a rock. Because if you starve me once, you'll do it again. And the next time, you've now created a habit from it. But yet we got politicians that's outperforming Warren Buffett. We got politicians that's outperforming the best hedge fund managers in the game. How? How, Cleo Fields? How, Nancy Pelosi? How, the boy who used to coach at Auburn? How? How you outperforming Warren Buffett? How you outperforming Bill Ackman? How? Explain to me. Exactly. The game ain't never been fair. And the only people that look for the game to be fair is the people that's dependent on the people who write the rules to save them. And they ain't never wrote the rules in your favor. So if they ain't never wrote the rules in your favor, why the hell you think they're gonna write some rules to save you? They're gonna always put the rules in favor for them. I don't care how many apps come out, track these politicians, and they try to shine light on these politicians. Guess what? They took all that and swept it under the rug. Yeah, banned Congress from trading. You heard that for about 2 weeks. Then guess what the next thing you heard? Nancy Pelosi put another trade in. They ain't gonna never stop it, fam. They ain't gonna never stop it, fam. So, it's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Episode 164, man. Listen, stocks and scriptures, man. Get your Trapper apparel, 50% off right now in the chat. Shout out to, again, man, shout out to Black Robin Hood, bro. I appreciate that super chat, bro. That means a lot to me, you heard me? Also, man, listen. Make sure you go subscribe to the Wallstreet Trapper YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to this one if you haven't already done it. Click the link in the group chat that comes join the Patreon. We definitely cooking. It's our time to shine. Also, every Thursday, Jose drops parts of this show. Please go download those, bro. Like every day he come in here and the thing ain't moving in the charts, bro, he get depressed, y'all. And I be tired of looking at that. I be like, bro, like I gotta start. Like he be like, bro, you gotta promote, you gotta tell the people what they gonna forget, and I be forgetting.
We drop almost every day.
And he drops something every day. I just be forgetting, bro. So
the main one is on Thursday, though.
The main one is on Thursday, bro. Go do that, bro, please. You, what it is? Apple, Google Play, Spotify, Go download that, bro. Like, that's gonna make, listen, if y'all don't do, just make it go up on the chart this week. Like, let him get, like, yeah. All right, bro. I love y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all next week, man. I'ma holler at y'all. Salute.